Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Well, if this is your first time watching the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel, I'd greatly appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to the page. It helps out quite a bit. We're talking Scream tonight. We're talking horror tonight. We're doing a whole bunch of crazy things tonight. So hop on into the conversation. Chat with us. Who do you think is going to be Ghostface in the next movie? Who do you think is going to direct the next movie? Who do you think is going to write the next movie? It's all up in the air right now, baby. It's kind of a fun time to talk Scream. Nothing is 100%. It's anybody's guess. It can be anything you want it to be. So let us know your thoughts, feelings, comments, concerns, all the different things in the chat. And hopefully we'll get to them. We'll see what happens at the very least. We got Paula Fitzhenry hanging out with us saying hi, hello, Paula. What's up, what's up? We got RJ Skarenki saying Scream 7 goes digital on March 31st. That is next Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. And what a way to start off the weekend with Killjoy Jake. RJ, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. It's so kind of you. I'm glad I'm starting off my weekend with RJ Skarenki. So thanks for being here with us, dude. Yeah, so Scream 7, interestingly enough, you can rent it, you know, with adult money, sadly, on March 31st. But towards the end of April is a rumored streaming release date. So sometime like April 28th is kind of the rumored date as of right now, for when Scream 7 will drop, and you'll be able to see it on Paramount Plus if you're a subscriber. So you're going to have to dish out some adult money, but it'll be cheaper in a month. But if you need to see it like now and not in theaters again, it'll be out on Tuesday. So one more big weekend, too, which is exciting for the film. It only needs $5 more million to cross the 200 million threshold. That would be huge if that happened. So maybe that's the case. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to talk about it on Monday and see if it does that. I think it will. We got Jacob Pace Wells saying, what if Stu Macher came back and but you said hi, by the way. Hello. What's up, my friend? I love your name. What if Stu came back and he was the Thanos of the Scream universe, picked up the masks like Infinity Stones? I hope that, you know, Stanos collects all the Infinity masks, attaches them to his Infinity robe, and cuts Sidney Prescott's daughter in half, like just split down the middle, bifurcated. That would be crazy. Scream Infinity War is going to be insane, guys. I'm not ready for it. We got Erica Stabs for likes out here, guys. This is our lovely mod who hangs out with us. She's a channel member. She's cool as fuck. Erica, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for helping out with the watch party this past Wednesday, which was a ton of fun. We got to watch Urban Legend again, so we got to do some more watch parties for sure. It was a lot. That was a total blast. Definitely want to do more of those sometime in the future. So I'm sure Erica will be throwing the link out there at some point today, but make sure to join our Discord if you want to watch movies with us every now and then. We do a watch party here and there, which is fun. So we're hoping to do more events like that. Stop on into the Discord where crazy shit like that happens. Erica, thank you for being with us. I greatly appreciate you. We got YB Coraline saying, hey, what's up, what's up? I love that your name is referencing Coraline, by the way. That's like one of my favorite movies. I mean to say that every time I say hi to you, and I always forget. So great stuff right there. I have the Steelbook of Coraline. I love that movie. 10 out of 10. It's a perfect film. Tristan Liedman is saying hi. Hi, Tristan. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Jordan Curley is saying, hey guys, I am a bit disappointed about last night's game. What game? Let us know. I'm so sorry. Ireland losing the World Cup playoffs. Oh, that's no good. I'm so sorry. I see what's up. I sadly, I don't follow any of that, but I'm so sorry for you, my friend. That's no good. It's no good at all. Albert Einstein Pie. Oh my God. Is it him? Albert? What's up, dude? It's gonna make me look like an idiot up here. How you doing, Albert? Welcome in. Thanks for being with us. You fucking genius. Let's go. Thanks for being with us tonight. Tristan Liedman saying, what's up? How's it going? What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Faith Dorn is saying, hey, Jake, Erica, and chat. Hope everybody is having a great Friday. Gonna watch Final Destination Bloodlines tonight. Oh, great choice, Faith. Excellent movie. Oh my God, I need to watch that one again. I love the Final Destination series. All 6 of those movies. They can do whatever. They can just do whatever they want to me. That's what I'll say. I love Final Destination. Great movies. And I'm so excited that a 7 is on the horizon. Those are a ton of fun, just an absolute blast. Bring on more of them. Let's see what happens there. YB gets to stay for the whole stream, too. Nice. Since it's Friday for me, it's Friday for me, too. I love it. Life is good. Life is good, man. Erica's mentioning that Primate is out on Paramount Plus. I haven't seen that yet, so I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Oh my god, enjoy, Erica. Primate was a fucking blast. I had a really good time with it. I don't want to overhype it or anything. It's not a masterpiece. Don't expect that, but it's a really fun creature feature. Like you're gonna have a very fun time with it. It's quick watch too. It's nothing like it's not a commitment. You know, you put on some movies and it's like 3 hours. Whoa, okay, you know, no, this is like a quick little 90 minutes. It's fun. It gets in, it gets out, it does what it needs to do, and that's it. That's all I'll say. Watch Primate though. It's a fun one. Danny San, what's up? Danny San, I think. What's up? Welcome in. I am absolutely loving your Dexter reactions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've changed up the schedule with the Dexter reactions, by the way, before I read the rest of your comment. They're going to come out on Mondays and Thursdays now, I think is what I'm committing to. So 2 episodes a week, Monday, Thursday, and channel members, of course, will be able to see them early. Patreon supporters will get to see an uncut version of those releases. So I think that's going to be kind of the schedule moving forward, so I'm able to hit on some more horror news. I do want to make this very clear. Horror news is always going to be a part of this page. That will never change. I've had some people message me recently. I had some people saying that they're unsubscribing from the page because I'm not doing horror news anymore. That is not the case. I just want to make that very clear. We're still doing horror news, but I also just want to do some other things too on top of that, you know? This reaction series is part of that. So just for the record, you know, horror news will always be a big part of this page. But on top of that, I like to do some other weird shit too, like this Dexter reaction series. I'm having such a fun time with it. Danny's saying, you are so damn funny, dude. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. It's also my first watch as well, so I watched the episode, then go to your reaction to see what madness you say. Danny, that's so wonderful, dude. That makes me so happy. I'm so glad I've inspired you to watch Dexter, or at least that's what it seems like. That's not your words. That's my words, and I'm making up that based on the scenario you've maybe presented. But I'm glad you're watching it for the first time. I'm having a blast watching it. It's so good. It is like a phenomenal series. I can't believe I missed it. I'm excited to see where it goes. I've heard people say, you know, oh, there's different, you know, it varying degrees of quality as you go along with it. But I'm still excited for the ride. Characters are so strong. I think I'm just gonna like it no matter what. But bring it on, bring on Dexter. I can't wait to see the spin-off shows as well. I'm so excited to see what they get into or how the story leads into that. I don't know. I don't want to know. No spoilers, but I'm excited to get to it. Anyways, Horror is saying, yo, 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 what's up, Em? How you doing? Welcome in. It's been too long. It's been too long. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're hanging with us. Thank you for being here. It's been a minute. Peyton is throwing $10 out there. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you. You're saying, hi, Jake. I missed the Urban Legend stream. It's all good. No worries. You had church and I was finishing. You were fishing with some buddies. Oh, that's exciting. That's crazy. Fishing like late at night. That's hype. And then when I got home, I was like, fuck Urban Legend, and pulled up on my phone and the movie was over. No, it's Peyton. It's all good. I go live like every weeknight. It is no big deal if you can't make the streams. So no worries whatsoever. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. It is really kind, and I'm glad you're here now. You know, I'm glad you were having fun too. That's a big thing. Out doing some fun stuff. So thank you for the 10. Thank you for supporting the page, and I'm glad you're hanging with us now. I'm glad you're having fun, having a good week, and all that crazy shit. MD is saying, I just hope they leave the stew thing alone. As a new member of the stew train, I have to say I do kind of want to see Stu alive in some way, shape, or form. I would love if we got a deleted scene for Scream 7 that was like all about Stu being alive and showing whatever that footage was that they allegedly shot for Scream 7. I would like that at least there'd be that. You know what I mean? Like at least it's a deleted scene. It exists somewhere. I want that for the very least, because man, I think the fans deserve it. I think the fans deserve something. We've been through too much. Damn it. We need to make it happen. McDucky is saying a duck walked up to a live stream one day and he said to the streamer running the stream, "Hey, got any news?" I do. I have all kinds of news and I do not have any grapes, but We have a big ol' nasty news video dropping tomorrow. We'll be talking about a bunch of stuff. Wow, really exciting shit. I couldn't get it done today. Prioritize the Dexter stuff. But one will be dropping tomorrow at some point. I just shot it, so I just got to edit that bad boy, and then it goes up. But some of the most exciting Scream news that I'll hit on tonight is that Scream 4 is finally getting a 4K. Like, the thing that has me maybe the most excited in the world of Scream. We're finally getting a 4K release for this. We have not seen what the Steelbook looks like yet. But just the standard release looks pretty cool. Some people are criticizing it because they used like this like floating heads poster. It looks more like the newer posters for the Scream movies, like Screams 5 through 7. But I vibe with them. I'm still vibing with it. It's cool. I'm sure the Steelbook's going to be cooler though. So look out for whenever the Steelbook art comes out. That's going to be the one you're going to want to pay attention to. I bet that's going to be sick. I love the Steelbook art, by the way, on all the other ones. I have almost all of them on my shelf, of course, except 4. So waiting on that Scream 4 4K Steelbook. I need it in my life. I'm such a completionist. I'm like, things have to be done. Things have to be complete. And I have Scream 1, 2, 3. There's a little hole now with a Blu-ray in it, and then 5, 6, and hopefully 7 soon sometime. But I'm excited we're getting a 4K of that. Of course, we're getting a 4K release of Scream 7, and hopefully the franchise will be finished in my collection soon, which will be great. But McDucky, we have all kinds of things to hit on. So if you have any questions, anything else you want to talk about, it's been pretty slow in terms of news the last 2 weeks, but I feel like the last like 3 days or so, a lot of crazy stories have come out, a lot of crazy new trailers, a lot of excitement to get into. So of course we are talking Scream tonight, but we're open to whatever. We're open to whatever, baby. Tell you what. Jake Kemp is saying, good evening, Jakey Wakey, Eggs and Bakey. That is I. Mr. Eggs and Bakey to you. I'm just kidding. What's up, Jake Kemp? Welcome in, welcome in. Do you have any ideas of what Scream 8 could entail? We have nothing is confirmed at the moment. We've heard from one of the producers of the franchise, Marian Madalena, that they want to start shooting sometime this fall. No idea if that's a confirmed date or not. It doesn't even sound like they have a director or writer yet. I'm sure they're getting that figured out though. And maybe that's coming before, they get a big announcement out there. That's my guess, at least, because it's like, don't announce a movie if you don't have anybody attached to it. Announce the movie with your new director, with your new writers, if those are separate entities. So I imagine we're getting all these announcements soon. It's just kind of a waiting and guessing game as of right now. So I definitely think a Scream 8 is going to happen. We're getting there. It's just it's going to take some time before we get that announcement. They got to figure out who's going to do it too. That's another thing. I really think they should go with an up and comer, someone, a name we don't know, just because get some fresh perspective on this franchise. I think that's what Scream could use right now. But I don't know. I'm down for whatever. Kevin Williamson has doubled down on not doing the next one. He has made it very clear that Scream 7 was a one and done. He just wanted to do like a one last go around with Sidney Prescott kind of vibes. So whatever comes next, it's going to be something different. So I'm excited for that. I'm down for those possibilities to see what it's all about. I think we are definitely getting another Scream movie. I think it would actually be kind of dumb of the studio to not do another one. In terms of quality, no idea what we're getting. It's hard to tell without knowing who's going to be behind the project. But I really think that after this movie, which is about to make $200 million at the box office, again, there's no point in not making another one. But hopefully something smaller this time. Bobby Smooth is saying, let's get it. Rewatch the 78 Piranha. Great movie. I forgot how good it was. Dude, hell yes. The 78 Piranha, if you're only familiar with the boob one, if you're only familiar with the late 2000s one, that is, wow, crazy. The 78 movie is so different, man. It's just a bunch of characters on a raft, basically, and they're getting attacked by piranhas. On a river, basically. It's crazy. It's a crazy ass movie. Roger Corman, you gotta love it. A lot of nostalgia. Feels so 70s in the best way possible. It's dope as fuck. So I love that movie, Bobby. I love that you brought it up. We have Magnificent Logo saying, Jake, are you excited for Hokum? Yes, 100% yes. Damian McCarthy can do no wrong. Oddity and Caveat, I felt like were bangers. So I'm so excited for more movies from him. Bring it the fuck on. Hokum stars Adam Scott, an actor who I am a huge fan of. Dude can do comedy and horror, do that little switch like it's nothing. So yes, bring on Hokum, make it happen. More Adam Scott in more movies. Horror is saying, I have a suggestion for Scream 8. Let me hear it. Make it the last one. I enjoyed Scream 7, but really think it needs a break or to stop now. I mean, honestly, I agree. But again, if we're talking about, like studios, right? They're looking at that 200 million and they're just like, can we do that again? Can we do that again with a lower budget? And they're rubbing their hands like this as we talk. Maybe they're even laughing like that too, stroking their much longer beards than what I got going on. No, but I definitely think we're gonna get another one. And I hear ya. I know how you feel. I kind of feel what you're feeling too. I feel like Scream is it's kind of turned into something else now, but I think how I'm looking at Scream now is that this is just going to be a popcorn slasher franchise. And you know what? That's fine. I'll always have rose-colored glasses for what came before, but if we're just going to get slasher movies with some big crazy kills moving forward, whatever. But hopefully with a fresh perspective, we get to do something that honors what came before a little more. That's my hopes. I'm not, I don't want to sound like such a pessimist when it comes to Scream, because there is a lot of cool stuff about 7. I wish it was done better. That's all. The kills were fun. I thought some of the big jolts and sequences were crazy, Scream 7 checks all the boxes in terms of being a fun popcorn slasher. It's just in terms of doing things that the Scream franchise is usually really good at, it kind of misses for me. But I'm excited to see what Scream 8 could be all about, especially if you get new eyes on this series, someone else who's going to just bring some fresh energy to it. It's going to make it something different. I'm down for that. That might reinvigorate interest and energy with this franchise. And hey, if we go in a new direction that really works and feels like a fun new spin on the same thing, it might reignite some interest, right? So I think that's absolutely a possibility with this next one. Just it all depends on what they do now. It's all in the hands of the studio and all that fun stuff. Darth Kermit is hanging out with us. What's up, Darth? Welcome in. Appreciate ya. Darth Kermit, that is a version, that's a Muppet movie that we need to see. Howdy, Jake. Have you seen Ready or Not 2? If so, what'd you think of the dynamic between Grace and Faith? Loved them. I love the characters of Ready or Not 2 carried that movie, dude. Wow, the cast is incredible. Ready or Not 2, I think, has the best cast of a horror movie all year, bar none. My God, the characters, performances, 10 out of 10, no notes. I had so much fun with Ready or Not 2. I think it has inherently some problems story-wise and whatnot. I don't even care about that, though, if I'm being real. The whole movie I was watching with a smile from ear to ear because I'm just loving all these different actors and actresses who are just giving it their all. Elijah Wood was amazing with some deadpan dry humor. I absolutely loved Sean Hattasy. Is that our main villain? He's cold, sociopathic, freaky as hell. I love the more emotional side to Sarah Michelle Gellar's character. And then, of course, Catherine Newton and Samara Weaving in the same movie playing sisters. Yeah, you can't write a better popcorn horror flick like that. So I really, really, really enjoyed that movie from casting alone, if I'm being honest. The performances were excellent. It's really fun. It's a sequel I never needed, if I'm being honest. I love the original Ready or Not. Did not walk out of that movie thinking I needed a sequel to it. But I'm glad we have one. Really glad we have one. I will say this, though. 2 movies that are very similar are They Will Kill You and Ready or Not. And They Will Kill You is one of my favorite horror films of the year. 9 out of 10, hardly any notes. Hardly any notes. I had so much fucking fun with this movie. And ladies and gentlemen, Zazie Beetz finally in a lead fucking role. Oh, I love this actress, and she is so good in so many different other movies and side roles. And finally, she's got a lead role where she is fucking killing it. She is so badass in this weird little movie. It's like if Sam Raimi and Quentin Tarantino made an action horror flick, or maybe if they remade Ready or Not, honestly. That's kind of the vibes of this one. So much blood, so much gore, so much fighting, so many crazy twists and turns, things I was not expecting going into this thing. Wow. My mind is blown after They Will Kill You. I cannot recommend it enough. Please go see it in the theater. I will be doing a full review on that one. I have a lot to say. My new rule of thumb, and we'll get to more chats. I see them coming through. Apologies. I'm ranting here, baby. I'm ranting and raving. We're on the soapbox today. You can't get me off of this thing. But I think my new rule of thumb moving forward is that if I have a lot to say about a movie, I'm doing a full video review on it. And I have a lot to say about They Will Kill You. I think Ready or Not, I had a very fun time with it. I love it. I recommend seeing it. I don't have a whole lot to say outside of I love the cast so much, though. That's my one thing. Story-wise, I don't really know if they did a whole lot of the world building I was hoping they would do. Not enough to be like really make a video about it kind of vibes, but still had I still had a really good time with Ron 2 Hick. Can't stress that enough. Still had a very good time with it. I think I am a little more excited to see what Radio Silence does with The Mummy next, though. That ought to be fun. That ought to be fun in a couple of years here, so we're making that happen. Overworked Human, I feel that, is saying, hi, haven't been to a stream in a while, sick beard. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I worked hard on this. A lot of Miracle Grow in the face. No, I kid. I didn't think I could grow a beard, and I just told myself, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. So if you haven't noticed, the set is all kinds of crazy new. I've decked it out recently. We got some new lights. I'm so proud of this thing now. I remember when I first got into this apartment last August, and I'm like, the set looks like it's gray, it's gross, it doesn't do anything for me, and now I'm so happy. I'm so happy with the way it looks, guys. Oh, okay. Anyways, M is saying, it has been a while, my friend. Hope you're doing well, though. I'm always stalking. Well, I appreciate that. Jake on the stew train is not something I ever thought I would see. Oh, 100%. 100% on the stew train. And you know, my big thing about it was I didn't want them to bring back stew because I didn't want Scream to be all just about nostalgia and nothing else. You know what I mean? And now after Scream 7 was kind of just about nostalgia, not a whole lot else, I'm like, you know what? They might as well just bring them back now. It'll make fans happy, baby. It'll make fans jump for joy. And that's what I want to see. Frankly, that's why I do all this crazy shit. It's because I know the feeling of seeing a movie that just hits for you, and you just walk out of that theater and you're just like, let's go. You want to punch a hole in the wall. You're so excited, you know. And I you know what? At this point, if we can do something that does that for the fans, do it. Do it. Everything else is out the window at this point for me. Let's do it. BR Gers is saying hello. What's up? What's up? Burgers. That's what it is. Burgers. What's up, burgers? Oh, see all the spit come out of my mouth? That was crazy. Jill's alive is saying, I'm too fucking late, Erica. That's okay. I'm glad you're here now. Thanks for being with us. All right, we got some super chats that have come through. Just wanted to say hi to some of the wonderful friends who are joining us. Peyton Ruark, thank you for the 5. You're saying, Saw They Will Kill You. Oh my fucking God, so good. Better than Ready or Not 2, in my opinion. Very Kill Bill vibes. Agreed. Great atmosphere, great action, great kills. Saw Scream 7 9 times. I almost saw Scream 7 again today. I had so much editing I had to do today to get that Dexter video done, which, by the way, the latest episode of Dexter is out now for channel members, so please go check that out. The uncut version is on Patreon, too, if you want to see that one instead. But had to get that bad boy done today, and I will have a review out of They Will Kill You this weekend. So I got a news video coming this weekend. I got a review video coming this weekend. We're busy, baby. We're busy. We're in business. But yes, I am. I loved They Will Kill You. It goes so hard. Like, please go see it. My expectations were like 8 out of 10. This is gonna be a solid little flick with some good kills in it, and a pretty good cast too. I mean, Heather Graham's in it. Zazie Beetz is the lead, like I was just raving about a second ago. Tom Felton, who is great in the Harry Potter series, and Patricia Arquette. Oh, you can't not mention her. I mean, she's amazing. A lot of great people in this movie, and even outside of that cast, there's even more really great performances here. I can't remember the name of the little sister in the movie, but she's really good in it as well. That name is totally slipping me sadly right now, but she was really good in this movie. Just all the performances all around also very good. So man, if you just want to have a good time, if you liked Send Help earlier this year, see this movie. Great pairing. Like, what an amazing double feature it would be to do Send Help and then this. Wow, crazy stuff. YB is saying, would you want a new Halloween movie or a reboot after the tragedy shit show of Ends? If so, what would you want it to be about? I do want another Halloween movie, something that's maybe again like a reboot kind of vibes. But this time, do nostalgia in a smarter way, I think. I think the requel trend is slowly dying. I think we're getting out of that phase and moving into other things now. I think we just do a one-shot with Halloween, like a one-shot story. It takes place in the 70s again. Brand new teenagers that Michael Myers is going after in a different part of Haddonfield. Same setup, different results and characters. You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like Halloween needs right now. We got a little too weird with kills and ends, and I think the fans are just really craving something that's a little more simple now, especially with Halloween, with how Halloween Ends went. Look at the game, look at everything going on with the game. Like, it's just a simple, here are people running around getting stabbed by Michael Myers, survive. That's the approach that I think the next movie needs. Like, just a simple, fun little throwback to the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, I should say specifically. But that's my thoughts. Whoever does it, like, just simple run-of-the-mill slasher, but you got like some really fun characters, maybe some fun twists and turns, different kinds of characters going up against Michael Myers that maybe haven't gone against him before in the past. I don't know. Lots of crazy ideas I think you could throw at this thing, but make it happen. Let's see where it goes. Gina is saying, I'm so happy you're enjoying Dexter, Jake. Thank you so much. I showed them to my friend last year and he loved. I'm really loving it. Truthfully, Dexter is amazing. My God. Anime King Dom is saying, sorry I'm late. It's all good. I'm glad you're here now. Welcome in, welcome in. Jill is alive is saying Scream 8 should be in the cold, snowy, dead Massachusetts winter. That is a dead winter, all right. That's a brutal, freezing cold, man. Boston in the wintertime? Hell no. Y'all are inhuman for surviving that. It's crazy. That or Chicago. Y'all get some bad weather during that time period, man. Whew. That could be crazy. Love a winter set Scream movie, though. Yes, and yes to all of that. Talia's also hanging out with us. What's up, Gemstone Ghoul? How we doing? Hey, Jake, hope you've been doing well. I have been doing well. Thank you. Same to you, my friend. I know you got a big trip coming up, so congratulations. I hope you have a ton of fun with that. I have so many Scream 8 theories. I'm just scared of another bad ending. I know, right? Oh, I need a good ending. I need a good resolution, a good twist. I feel like we haven't gotten that in a couple of movies now. Definitely hoping that we can make that happen for whatever comes next. Something big, something crazy. Big shock, something we don't expect. Jose is saying, oh, this is interesting. You're throwing out Adam Wingard or Parker Finn to direct the next Scream film. Okay, now, Adam Wingard, I could totally see that happening. Now, I see why you're saying Parker Finn. Parker has worked a lot with Paramount in the last couple of years, of course, with the two Smile films. He might do it. I mean, that's a big maybe. I feel like he's into the weirder stuff, like weirder than Scream kind of stuff. So I don't know if he would do it, but he's in that circle. He's in that conversation for sure. Adam Wingard, though. That's it. Adam Wingard's kind of like jack of all trades. He'll do like whatever. He'll kind of do whatever's thrown at his filmography is so bizarre. Like he did the Blair Witch from 2016, but he's also doing like some of the MonsterVerse movies now, and then also like go back to VHS. Like he was part of all that too. So he is all over the place. Adam Wingard would totally do that, I think. So I think that's a possibility. Adam works with Warner Bros. A lot these days, so I think that, with Paramount and Warner Bros. Merging and becoming a monopoly, let's just say what it is, I could totally see Adam maybe being a part of that at some point in the future. So who knows? Anything's possible. Jose, that's a really interesting thought. I never even thought about him for that role. Joan Sclafani, what's up, my friend? You're saying March 31st, it will be on Amazon Prime Video. Yes, you'll be able to rent Scream 7 very soon here. It's exciting times. Exciting times. Erica is throwing $2 out there saying 49 viewers and only 30 likes. Get the likes up, baby. We have 54 people out here now. How many I don't even know how many likes we got. But I'll tell you what, better be 54. Or Erica's going to start munching on some fingers. We only got 38 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Make it happen. More importantly, hit the subscribe button because let's just do that. That would just be a really fun thing to do. Pressing red buttons is a good time, ladies and gents. Thank you for that support, though, Erica. I greatly appreciate you. Sending a super chat to tell people to like the stream. You're too kind. Thank you. Steve Kalinge is hanging out with us. What's up? Welcome in. It's all good that you're late. I'm just glad you're here now. Glad you're hanging out with us. Alpha Warlock, thank you for being a channel member. You're saying, glad I reactivated my AMC Stubs membership. A great season for movies so far. My God, yes. Like, seriously, my God, yes. We've gotten a lot of really good movies in the last couple of months, and it's only quarter one. Like, we're wrapping up quarter one of 2026. Guys, we have so much more good stuff to come in 2026. I mean, seriously, April and May and June, honestly, are gonna be crazy. I mean, we have some insane releases coming up here. So excited for The Mummy. We just got a bunch of releases on digital today. Like, The Mortuary's Assistant is finally out. I'm gonna be watching that after this. Lots of really exciting stuff is out coming soon. I only listed 2 things, but we also have Hokum, Obsession, Scary Movie 6. I know there's more stuff. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Lots of really good movies coming up in the next couple months, though. Man, hyped for it all. Doom Switch is saying, hope everyone is well. Scream 7 was awful. I'm sad. I'm sad about Scream 7 being awful. If they release the alternate ending of Scream 7, says Jay Kemp, where Stu was alive, would you rather them make that the canon ending? Because I definitely would. Yes. It would be better. Look, if you're going to make a movie all about nostalgia in this franchise, you might as well just throw cares to the wind. You know, you might as well just have a nostalgic killer be the killer. That just makes more sense, I feel, in an approach like that. So I'm not against that personally. I think that would have just been more fun. If we were just going to go that route of who gives a fuck with this movie, I think that would have been better for me personally, at least. So yes, I think that would have been dope. M is off to bed. Thanks for hanging with us, though. Greatly appreciate you. I think it's like midnight 30 your time, if I'm not mistaken. So I do appreciate you hanging out for us for as long as you did. Joey Merciani, what's up, my people? How you doing, man? Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us, Joey. I appreciate you. Lisa's Complete Randomness is also here, saying, hope all of you is well. Every inch of me is fantastic right now, Lisa. Thank you for asking. I'm glad you're here with us. Thank you. Silver Princess is throwing $5 out there. What's up, Silver Princess? Roman is the strongest Ghostface. I salute you, my friend. You're saying, I have an April Fool's video coming up. What if the Night King was too cool for school? Roman is blah, blah, blah. You know the thing. Yes, I do. The Night King was too cool for school. I'm curious where that's going. Like, I'm very interested. I might have an April Fool's video coming up too. I don't know. I didn't say that. Who knows what's happening? But that's exciting, my friend. I can't wait to see that. I loved your Scream 7 rewrite. Congratulations on 10K. I've been keeping up with that. Really exciting stuff, my friend. So thank you for the 5. Thank you for supporting the page. I appreciate you bunches. King Bull 90s is saying, you couldn't pay me to watch Scream 7 again unless it's a director's cut with the original ending. Let's hope Kevin puts down the pipe, listens to the fans, and gives us the real version on DVD. Damn. Scathing review from King Bull 90s. I will say, I think, you know, the more I reflect on it, the more I'm like, there was some fun parts of it. It's not awful. It's just, what was that ending? You know, I don't know. I am glad that Kevin Williamson is maybe seen as a director now. And I think that was kind of like the big point of it. I'm just thinking about, you know, what Kevin has been saying lately. And he's like, oh, I'm going to direct all these other projects now. And I think Scream 7 was that jump board for him, essentially. And I'm like, that's kind of how I see it, is like, this was that movie to put that name out there is not just a writer, but also a director. He can now say, I've directed a movie that grossed, you know, about $200 million. So that's, I think I get it. I think I get why this approach was done. Schemes Uncovered is saying, what's up, Jake? Can't wait for the next episode of Dexter. Yes, so the episode 5 right now, again, is out now for channel members. The uncut version is on Patreon. It releases publicly on Monday at 3 p.m. And I kind of talked about this earlier, but the Dexter videos are going to be, we got a new schedule with them, because I was kind of going over the last couple. I've been listening to some criticisms of people who want longer videos, and I made this new one a little longer, purposefully, and I also I think we're gonna do 2 a week so that I can make the videos a little longer. So the new schedule moving forward is that you'll be able to see them a couple days early again if you're a channel member, Patreon supporter, whatever, but they'll publicly release on Mondays and Thursdays now moving forward. So we're gonna do 2 a week instead of 3, and they'll be a little longer. So I think that's gonna be the vibe moving forward. This is absolutely a series that I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out as it goes, but I think that's part of the fun, you know? It's going to evolve and change as it goes along, and I think that's kind of dope. Debatable is saying, are you looking forward to Hokum? Oh my God, yes, so much so. I need to make a full video on it. I need to get back to doing Everything You Know videos. It's been a long time since I made those. And I really want to get back to that if I could. I love making those. And I might do a big one on Hokum. I have a lot to say about that movie. I'm really excited for it, not only because of who it's coming from, Damian McCarthy, but it's also got a very clear Stephen King influence to it, and I kind of love that. So Stephen King hotel stories are like some of my favorites, and this clearly has an influence there. There is The Shining 1408 written all over this thing. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see this one very soon here. No Walk is saying, I just watched Scream 7 and I'm very surprised with your review. Our opinions about this franchise seem to match perfectly until this one. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a fun slasher film. For me, I think it doesn't do what I like so much about Scream films. All 6 that came before had some sort of commentary element, had some sort of like a character that I feel like I could really gravitate towards. I'm trying to think what was another big thing about the movie. I feel like the pacing of Scream 7 was a little off. There's things I don't like about it. I've gotten away from it enough now that I don't think I was in that just funk about it for a while, but there's things I appreciate about it a little more now. It is not it's not a 0 out of 10 by any means. The kills are great. Some of the chase sequences are fun. But I don't know if I can say much more positive about it than that, sadly. I really thought this was going to be something that felt more like the original Scream movies, and that's just not how I felt about it at all. It feels much more like a modern slasher film, just in general. I don't feel like it feels like an original Scream film at all, and I think that's where a lot of my disappointment with it comes from. Because I was just really just kind of bumming about that, I guess. So We'll see what we'll see what they do next, but I was really hoping for a film that felt like those original Scream films, and I feel like we just didn't get that from this. Anime King Domdummed is saying, do you plan to do more horror what ifs? I absolutely do. It won't be a weekly series by any means, but I think on days that we don't have news, I will be doing more of those. I have I have 4 more just in the tank that I'm ready to go with. Not all of them are Scream. I have 2 more Scream ones that I really want to do. But I also have a Terrifier one and a Halloween one in the bank right now. So all I'll say is it's a lot of what ifs about popular modern horror films. What if they went in this direction opposed to that? So I really liked the Gale Weathers one I did earlier in the week. Please go give it a watch if you haven't seen it. It did pretty well. So I'll definitely make more of them if there's an interest. So I have some more ideas with them, but I think they're going to come. They're going to be a little more. It's more of a sparing series. It's going to be something that I'll do every now and then. Peyton is throwing $20 out there. Peyton, thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. So fun fact, I'm actually more of a superhero fan than horror fan. I know crazy, and I was watching Daredevil season 2. Matthew Lillard is in it, and I'm not kidding you. His first scene could have been the ending to Scream 7. Look it up. I'll have to watch it. I have not seen a single minute of anything Daredevil. I've heard so many people just praise it and go nuts about how good it is. I've seen some fight scenes from the original series. I've heard some people say that this new series is pretty good too. I don't know. I'm not the guy for all that, sadly. I've really only seen a few, I was following the original run of the MCU and all that, and now I've kind of, when a movie looks cool to me, I'll go see it kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But it is cool that Matthew's in there. I know he's getting a lot of work lately. He's all over the place, and I think that's really exciting. That's really great stuff. So I'll have to check out what all this is about and see. But I do know that over in Five Nights at Freddy's, that was a big. I remember when that first movie came out, and the ending is kind of structured like a Ghostface reveal. He takes off that big mask, and it's him underneath there, and people are like, "This is what a Stumacher reveal could look like in the Scream franchise." I remember people were so hyped up about that movie for that reason. So honestly, the fact that it didn't happen in Scream 7 is maybe more shocking than anything. I can't believe that to me is like a layup. that's like a major layup if I'm being real. A lot of people would have cheered that on, I think. My dream would be Mike Flanagan directing Scream 8, but that is never happening, sadly. I think you might be right. Sadly, I think you might be right. That would be great, though. Everything Mike Flanagan touches is great. We're seeing a lot of new photos come out about The Exorcist, and maybe some spoilery stuff. I can't complain, but there is, I think they just shot the end of the movie, and we just got a ton of pictures from it. And it's like, I wouldn't even look up the new photos from The Exorcist. That's all I'm going to say. It's exciting stuff. It looks cool, but it's like, feel like I know how this is all going to wrap up now, and that makes me kind of sad. But it's okay. Still really excited for it. Mike Flanagan's The Exorcist, I think, is going to be great. A million times better than Believer, for sure. Joey is saying, anyone remember Dr. Giggles? Cult classic. I haven't seen this, and I've had a few people recommend it to me in my comments lately. Like, it's odd. It must be in it must be in like our collective consciousness right now. Dr. Giggles. I need to go back and watch this. I've seen The Dentist, which I believe is like a similar movie. Maybe, I don't know. I want to say these came out around the same time, but I need to watch Dr. Giggles. I've heard good things about it. I love the title. Dr. Gig, that's hilarious. 10 out of 10 title. That's what I would call Art the Clown if he wasn't called Art the Clown. Maybe Mr. Giggles, but still, love the name. No Walk 420 is saying, I really don't understand why you think they were spitting on Stu believers. I thought the whole Stu conspiracy was part of the meta of the movie. I don't see how you saw that as insulting. It's insulting because they made the whole movie, well, it's my interpretation. My interpretation of it is that they got all the Stu believers to come to the theater. They basically made the entire marketing campaign all about Stu is back and alive in this movie. The first 2 acts of the film itself even carried that same spirit of Stu is alive. This whole movie is about Stu. And then you get to the end, and it's not Stu. And in fact, Ethan Embry's character goes so far as to say it would be stupid if Stu was alive. So for me personally, my immediate reaction to that was, that sucks. That's just really nasty. That's that just kind of, it sucked all the fun out of that third act for me. I don't know. I just don't know how to interpret it. If you tell me throughout an entire movie that this really cool thing could happen. And again, if you don't think it's cool, that's totally fine. But a lot of people in the fan base clearly want this to happen. I mean, why did this movie make $200 million? You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's because the marketing campaign was making a huge promise to us about Stu Macher potentially being in this film. I mean, we were just talking about Five Nights at Freddy's a second ago and how taking off the mask at the end of that film is a huge part of why I think a lot of people like that Five Nights at Freddy's movie, outside of course, a lot of people who love the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's and wanted to show up to that movie to see what they were going to do with it. A lot of fans of that IP. It's a huge thing. But on top of it, I just remember getting so many messages from people who were like, finally, we got like a prototype of what the Stu Macher reveal could look like here. A lot of people want it to happen. Again, you might not want it to happen, and that's totally fine. But I just feel like setting the whole movie up and teasing that it's going to happen and tricking people to come to the theaters, I know a lot of people left and felt tricked and felt that, like, it's one thing if you tell me that Drew Barrymore is going to be the star of your slasher film and then you kill her in the opening scene. That's a surprise. That's a shock. That's a great misdirection. This just feels dirty. You know what I mean? This just feels like, hey, we're going to do the nostalgia movie, but actually we're punishing you for wanting that nostalgia. And I just don't understand that. I feel like it renders the whole movie kind of pointless. And I think that just bums me out a little bit. You know what I mean? I remember being so excited during that Scream 6 opening sequence, which I'll be honest, I think that, the Scream 6 opening for me was like, oh my God, I feel weirdly heard. You know what I mean? That's like my favorite fan theory ever, is doing a Scream movie from Ghostface's perspective. I'm someone who I'm like fascinated with killers, and I'm fascinated with like the mindset that pushes someone to that point. So to see things from the Ghostface's perspective, even for just like 10 minutes of that movie, was super exciting for me. So Scream 6, I remember just leaving the theater being like on fire. I was so excited because I was like, that finally, I've wanted to see that for so long. And I feel like a lot of fans just got that like teased, keys jangling in their face and then yanked away from them. So, again, it's not my favorite theory. I'll be completely honest. I don't need Stu to be alive, but I feel like a lot of fans do now. I feel like because of this movie, because it stomped in people's faces a little bit. I feel like it needs to happen now. Or at least we need a deleted scene. We need that footage released, something, because I feel like a lot of people got robbed of their fan theory coming to life on screen in some way, shape, or form. So that's just my take. Again, I had a friend of the channel call me stupid for saying that, and I know I'm not talking to this person anymore, which is crazy. But I cannot believe Scream 7 has really driven some wedges amidst people, and has really made people say a lot of nasty things, which I think is crazy. But however you feel about the film, all I'll say is if you enjoyed it, that's great. That's a wonderful thing, and that should be celebrated. But for me personally, it really rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't know. I just can't love it. Even though I do love a lot of slasher films that do similar things. So there's things I appreciate about Scream 7, but overall, it's a weird movie to be in this franchise. If this was a standalone film, I would feel completely different about it. But being a Scream movie, it feels like it's tricking the fans, and that makes me kind of sad. So if you think I'm stupid for that, like some people have left me comments about multiple times, well, that just makes me sad, I guess. I don't know. It's my take, and that's your take, and that's all good. That's all good. But yeah, I don't know. Makes me a sad guy. Mr. Nestle Crunch is saying, would you be mad if they made a new Friday the 13th movie, but with a copycat killer like in part 5? I just don't know why, like, Friday the 13th Part 5 is fun, but like I want Jason. You know, I want me some Jason. And we're doing all these different projects with like that kind of don't really seem to be focusing on Jason. I'm excited for Crystal Lake. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be great. Linda Cardellini as Pam. I mean, you can't cast that better. I mean, that's going to be amazing. But I don't know. I really want to see, I do want to see Jason running around killing people because, man, I miss little Jason. We haven't seen him in some time now. Sweet Revenge was cool, but I want a full feature of Jason getting to have some fun and kill people. Sounds like we are finally getting moving on that, though. Sean Cunningham talking a little bit about how they are getting moving on a Friday the 13th feature. Bring it on. I can't wait for it. But whatever ends up happening, I am down for it. I just want some more. I want some more Friday the 13th, whatever that ends up being. So let's make it happen. Alpha Warlock is saying, I stick with my original thoughts. I do not hate Scream 7, but was disappointed. Still in the bottom half of the franchise. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it, but it's just like it feels like a cash grab to me, and I think that's what sucks about it. Is like, man. Scream, like, I mean, we have so many good Scream movies, and for them to make one that's less than that in some way. I remember, and the other thing too is, again, everyone, whatever your opinion is on the movie, I respect it. But so many people were like, lower your expectations, dude. And I'm like, what? I'm like, man, this is one of my favorite franchises, at least. Maybe it's not one of your favorites, and that's totally fine. But there's a reason it's one of my favorite franchises. You know what I mean? It's not because I have low expectations for it. Right? I mean, I feel like I'm going a little crazy when people tell me that, when they're like, don't expect a 10 out of 10 perfect movie. And it's like, but dude, a lot of these movies are pretty damn, I mean, these are some pretty damn good slasher flicks. Like, how can I not have high expectations? I guess I don't understand that. You know what I mean? I'll never understand that criticism of lower your expectations for a film. That you're really excited for. Of course I'm going to have high expectations for a Scream movie. But yeah, I do really want whatever comes next. I just hope it's better. And I think it will be. No Walk is also saying, yeah, the ending was subpar, but it was far from a horrible movie. At least it wasn't Another Relative. It wasn't terrible. It had some good kills. I was excited during some of those kill sequences were really fun to watch. I think some of the chases had some good tension and suspense. I really didn't like what they did with the characters. I really didn't care for the story, the motive, all the motives, all three of them didn't really make sense together. It felt very thrown together at the last minute for me. Wishbone is saying Scream 7 was good until the tavern scene. After that, the rest of the movie went downhill. There's a lot of fun to be had before that, for sure. I mean, I don't disagree. Just didn't really hit those expectations of what I think a Scream movie can do. Really New Ways is saying they're for sure going to have to be a Scream 8 to patch up for what 7 brought us. I hope so. I really hope whatever comes next is just, I don't need a perfect movie. I want a a solid Scream movie. Have your social commentary, have some good character work, have some good kills, have a good reveal. I will also say this, it's hard to make a good Scream movie. Like it's not an easy task, okay? There's a lot of moving pieces and things you got to constantly be thinking about and doing in order to do so. So I understand, like I get it. It's understandable that, one of these was gonna not hit the mark. But it does suck. It does bum me out. Yeah, no, Walk, you're saying expectations were a little too high. Screams 5 through 6 didn't feel like the original. I think they did. I think Screams 5 through 6 absolutely feel like the original Scream movies. They might not have, the same characters in the focus, but they hit on the same things that I love about this series, which is commentary on the modern state of horror, which 5 and 6 absolutely cross those boxes off. We have characters going through things that are meta. In a sense, Sam Carpenter is being criticized online for doing the killings in part 5. That's totally meta on how the fan base reacted to her in Scream 5. A different person being the focus of the series rather than Sidney Prescott. I just feel like 5 and 6 feel like Scream movies. 7 does not, for me personally. 7 throughout meta commentary, 7 throughout like strong character development. We got a lot of meatbags running around getting stabbed and killed. And a lot of slashers do that, and it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that's, I love seeing some crazy, outrageous kills. That's fun. But I think the majority of the Scream films have like really strong characters, at least in the focus or whatever. And I don't know, 7 was more about let's do some crazy kills. Let's point back to nostalgia. Let's bring back as many faces as we possibly can. And just kind of have a fun time talking about the previous movies in this franchise, essentially, through some nostalgic cameos. So again, if that's your cup of tea, rock on. Like, I cannot stress that enough. I will champion that. If that really worked for you, hell yes. For me, at least, I just think that feels like what every other franchise is doing right now. And Scream, I think, has always kind of been punk rock and tried to go against the grain and do something else, right? If the big franchise was doing this, Scream was doing the opposite of that. And I've always kind of respected this series for that. And 7 is the first movie that went with the grain, not against it. You know what I mean? So again, if that's your take, rock on, my friend. I'm glad you really liked it. But I wish that I wish that this movie just kept true with the things that I love about Scream and had all those staples in there. Even though it's a tall order. It's always going to be a tall order when it comes to Scream. Lots of things make this franchise great. It's not just one or two things. Let's catch up in the chat because I am behind. Whew! I'm behind here. My God. Critical Overlord's also hanging out with us. What's up? What's up? What are you talking about? It was a complete Man in Black style of bringing Stu back, and that's disgusting. He deserves better. You're talking about the deleted scene. You're saying getting a deleted scene that goes nowhere is not necessary. Do you think like I kind of want to see that footage though? Like we've heard that there was a different ending to Halloween 2018. I remember where it just like it kind of fizzles out differently. I think the house doesn't burn down or something. It's like Laurie and Michael in the woods fighting each other. Like I still kind of want to see that. Like I don't know if we'll actually see the Stu alternate ending, but I still kind of want to see it. And I'm just curious. I mean, even if it's not better, I'm still interested. I'm still interested in checking it out. At least that's just me, but really new ways of saying that's what happens when you share an opinion to the public. well, yeah. Well, that's what happens. King Bull 90s is saying 3 motives was they was just crazy fans of Sydney's. They were also motivated by, using AI tech to freak out Sydney. There was also the family connection with Anna Camp. There was so much going on there. There's so many things happening in that movie. I don't understand. Like, honestly, you know what would have fixed a lot of that ending for me? If you would have just had the mom and the kid be ghost faces. Like, I think that would have fixed a lot of it for me. I think the big, like, frustrating part of it was Anna Camp goes on this rant about, like killing her abusive husband. And then immediately, like 30 seconds later is like, oh yeah, and I killed my kid too. Like, just anything you might have said, anything that has been said has now, you've turned into a hypocrite. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That does not make, like, you shielded him once from an abusive husband, and now you're just like, yeah, and we offed him too. Like, it feels like such a, like, we just last minute, fuck it. Fuck it, let's just make this happen. Oh yeah, we killed her son. Well, you know what? She's the killer now. So I don't know. That was just that was a little weird. That didn't make any sense to me. Like her whole motive renders is pointless. I feel at that point. This is Pretty Little Liars style writing. Brutal. That's brutal. What else we got going on here? King Bull 90s is saying, I agree, Jake. I wasn't even a fan of Screams 5 and 6, but they were better than this recent sequel, unfortunately. Yeah, and again, I don't want to sound like, Screams 5 and 6, they have problems too, but I feel like conceptually they attempt to hit on all the things that I like about Scream. And at least for me, I think they're a little successful in it. I like the requel commentary in Scream 5. I like some of the things that they actually talk about the franchise itself in Scream 6. That's fun to me. I feel like the killers being a family is a joke. It's a meta joke. And again, I think some people are just like, no, it's just a bad killer reveal. And that's totally fine. But I think the more I come back to Scream 6, the more I'm like, this is just one big, like, kind of farce. That's calling back to things that have happened in the Scream franchise, and and conceptually, I don't know if that's the best way to approach a new Scream film. So if that's your problem with Scream 6, hey, I can understand that. But I think it's fun. I think it's just a fun movie. And I think Scream, it's just like it's a Scream fan it's a Scream movie that celebrates Scream fans. And it's kind of what I vibe with when it comes to Scream 6. Not the best sequel by any means, but it's fun. It's fun for what it is. Dave Sim is hanging out with us. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. YB is saying, I think that if Lucas, the kid, was Ghostface, he wouldn't want to do it. He could be a redeemed Ghostface. I think that would be cool. That's another thing. Why is every Ghostface like? Why is every Ghostface just downright evil? Like, I just want to kill Sydney. That's it. I want to see, like, if you're gonna make a whole new Scream movie, give us like a different kind of relationship between your killers. That would have been kind of cool. What if Anna Camp was like forcing her kid to do this with her? You know what I mean? Like, just kind of like, we have to kill Sydney. This is our mission. You have to do this with me because I'm your mother. Something like that would have been crazy. And then yeah, what if he kind of helped out Tatum or something in the end, right? Was kind of like, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm so sorry. I didn't actually do any of the killings. My mom's making me do this or something. And maybe he redeems himself, kind of goes through an arc. And I feel like that would have made, like, that character would have been so much cooler. Like, that would have been like, whoa, that's actually kind of sick. I've never seen that happen before with the character in this franchise. That's dope. Darth Kerman is saying, what's your favorite Universal monster? I have such an affinity for Creature from the Black Lagoon. I love that dude. He's got such a creepy, weird design. I love something about his hands creep me out. He's got like really big, spiky hands. That freaks me out. It's great stuff. That movie, I saw it as a like very young kid. I think that was one of the first like older movies that I watched. I don't know. I really just vibe with it. It's a fun movie. I'm so excited that it's kind of getting a remake, or at least it was. Is it still getting a remake? Big questions to hopefully be answered soon. I want to know what's going on with that because James Wan announced that he was going to direct some sort of remake. Yeah, let's do that. Creature from the Black Lagoon remake, make it happen. It's a movie that needs a new continuation. I'll tell you what. So hopefully that happens. Joey's so hyped up for a new Wolf Creek. That's going to be fun. I still don't know if I've seen all of Wolf Creek. There's like there's seasons of a television show. I don't know if I've actually seen the sequel or not. I'm trying to remember if I have. I know I've seen the first one though. But Wolf Creek's a crazy franchise. I definitely am excited to get more of those. Joey is saying no Scream sequel is perfect. To be for real, to be frank, I thought it was like to be for real or something. But yeah, no, to be frank, I enjoyed them all for different reasons. I really do enjoy all the Scream films for what they are. I remember 3 is one that had to grow on me a little bit. 3 was one that I didn't love at first, but I think as time went on, I vibed with it a little more. Maybe I'll have that relationship with 7, but just as it stands now, it's just a little lesser than all the films for me personally. But I still had fun with the kills. The kills are great. Maybe some of the best from the entire franchise. I'll say that about Scream 7. I mean, Ghostface has never been so mean. And I think that's crazy. You know what I mean? Ghostface burning somebody alive in the opening scene was great. I think the McKenna Grace kill is insane. All the organs flopping on the stage is sick. And Lucas's kill is outrageous. It feels like a Terrifier. It feels like something right out of Terrifier. And I thought that was kind of dope. So there's like a silliness to it. There's a brutal energy about it. I love it. YB is saying, do you like Terrifier 2 or 3 more? I personally like 2 more. The first one was well interesting. TBF is to be fair. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Frank will suffice. That's funny. I didn't know that. I just saw that pop up and I'm like, oh, to be fair. Okay. I did not know that up until this point. Going back to YB's comment though, I think I'm with you. I think I like Terrifier 2 more than 3. I really respect the grassroots effort of Terrifier 2, where 3 was a little, like, you can tell it's a little more like polished up, a little more studio, and there's nothing wrong with that. The Terrifier franchise deserves a movie like that, frankly, after everything they've gone through. To be frank, to be fair. No, but Terrifier 2 absolutely bangs. I think that's when I fell in love with the franchise. I liked the first movie, but like Terrifier 2 was like, this is a slasher movie right here, dude. Like this is what I want from a good slasher, man. It's fun. The killer is David Howard Thornton is giving such an amazing performance in that lead role. The final girl is so badass. Sienna is amazing, and the kills are outrageous. Some of the best I've ever seen. So I think in terms of like execution, maybe 3 is better, but I just think there's a scrappiness about 2 that maybe 3 kind of lost. And I love scrappy. I love low budget little films that still find a way to make everything work, and Terrifier 2 is absolutely that. So something about the spirit of Terrifier 2, I think, pushes it to my top spot for the franchise personally. The Marvel Lord is saying, what's up, Jake? Feels good to have your own place. It does feel good to have my own place. It's nice. It's a nice thing. I'm very grateful for it. I'm very grateful that people support me on here, and all that. So I just thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. This is the best job in the world. I'm grateful for it every single day. I know I complain about Scream 7 a lot, but man, do I have such a fun time talking about all these movies. Let me tell you, I'm so glad that you guys tune into silly old Jake for this stuff. So thank you. It really does mean the world to me. Ever since I was just a little squirt, been wanting to do YouTube in some capacity, so it really does mean quite a bit to me. Thank you again. Thank you, everybody. Paul is saying, loved Lucas's death. Very creative, had to cover my mouth. Lucas did too, with all that beer coming out of it, right? That was fun. That was a crazy death. I was really like, in that moment, I feel like they were really channeling Terrifier, and I think maybe because Terrifier is so popular, maybe they were like, okay, well, let's try to hit on that, maybe a little bit, like more brutal kills are kind of in for slashers. It does make me question why Neve Campbell was like, oh, there's no blood in this movie before the movie came out, I don't know. That still shocks me a little bit. MT Blocks Gaming, what's up, my friend? How are you? You're saying, hey, Jake, hope you're well. Thank you so much. Glad I'm finally catching the stream live. I live in the UK, so big time difference. I used to do 3 o'clock streams, but it's just kind of harder for me to do that now. But I would absolutely love to do those again. I know we had a lot more UK viewers on those streams, which was really fun. Just again, talk to different people. I love talking with y'all, don't get me wrong. But there's some people who just can't make the streams because of the time I do them at. So it's thank you for being here. Thanks for being with us. It's nice talking with you. So hopefully you can catch more in the future. I know it's late. I know it's late where you're at. But I do appreciate you stopping in and saying hey. So hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying a good horror movie this weekend, perhaps. Like They Will Kill You, which is a really good horror movie. Holy shit. But thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hayden Herbert is also here saying, did you hear about Paranormal Activity 8 is finally happening? You know I'm hyped up for that. I love me some found footage, one of my favorite subgenres. I love whenever we're getting new entries in a lot of these big franchises. And guys, I feel like I can just feel it. I can feel the winds are changing, and I feel like found footage movies are coming back full force. We are getting a ton of them lately, and some of them are even getting some big, like, a lot of praise, a lot of hype. Being released in theaters kind of energy, which is cool. Specifically, a movie called Dream Eater came out last year and like kind of did pretty well. It was Eli Roth produced it, which was cool, and it was a fun movie. I thought it was an enjoyable, really good time. Again, nothing that's gonna knock your socks off, nothing you haven't seen before, admittedly, but a really well done film in terms of in the found footage category. And we're getting more and more of these movies. I'm hearing so many good things about the Willowbrook tapes. I have a ton of friends working on that film, and it looks creepy as fuck. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go check out the Instagram where they're posting clips from it. Lots of crazy things happening with that, which is exciting. But man, I don't even know what I'm getting myself into with that movie. It looks scary, and I am down for it. I'm so down for it. So bring it on. Bring that on. Love me some found footage. I want more of them. And Paranormal Activity 8, do want to hit on this real quick. It's coming from Ian Tuason, who just directed Undertone that released a couple weeks ago. Or was that last? That was 2 weeks ago, yeah. I really liked Undertone. It got me a little freaked out. I got to be honest. By the time we got to the end of it, it was pretty creepy. And I really think that's going to translate well moving into Paranormal Activity 8. It's a lot of the same ways that Paranormal Activity scares you. The idea of, a frame within a frame. When we get that shot of the bedroom, you are looking right at that door. You're like, what's coming through that door? Something scary's coming through that door. It trains your brain to look there. And then when something does finally happen, you jump. You're like, oh shit, crazy. And a lot of Undertone utilizes that same approach and just makes you scared. Freaky stuff. So I'm really excited to see what he does with Paranormal Activity. It's going to be fun. Bring it on. The most attractive Ghostface is in Scream 7, but then Critical Overlord follows that up by saying, oh my bad, I forgot about Mikey. That's so funny, dude. That's so funny. Oh my god. All I'm gonna say is, Enora is a pretty good movie, and I definitely watched it for the plot. Anyways, Joey is also hanging out with us saying, I wasn't a fan of the Blair Witch movies, utter garbage. Brutal. This is a hot take as a big found footage fan, but the original Blair Witch Project, I think I don't know. I couldn't get into it as much, knowing that it's not real. I feel like if I thought that was real, I'd be terrified. I'd be like, this makes me want to throw up. I can't even watch any more of this. But knowing now that it's, that's fake, it's all staged, I don't know if it hits as hard. I feel like if I had that experience in the late 90s where I thought it was real, it's like, I can't really confirm or deny if this is something that happened, if this is real footage that was found. That might freak me out. But I feel like now, I don't know if it hits as hard. The 2016 Blair Witch movie's got some really scary sequences, especially towards the end. But I think this is sacrilege, I feel like, for some people. But found footage is scary because of what you don't see. I agree. But I feel like at some point, we got to get a little taste of something, a little just sliver of something kind of freaky in the background. But I do think that Blair Witch Project is an excellent use of not showing you what's going on, and that makes parts of it scarier. I do agree there. I do agree that there is an element to that I understand why people love it. But I need to see something crazy on the footage. I need to see a little something crazy, at least for me. Darth Kermit is saying, if you want an upcoming found footage film, there's one called Hunting Matthew Nicholas. Oh, I have not heard of that. Hunting Matthew Nicholas? It's a crazy title for a film. Matthew Nicholas is in some trouble. Erica is saying, I thought Paranormal Activity 1 was real because of how they marketed it. You didn't see a thing about Katie alive during marketing and nothing until weeks after it came out. Ooh. Yeah, I remember they marketed that pretty well. That was my experience with found footage and thinking something was real, because I remember everybody was talking about it when that came out. My cousins used to babysit me, and that was around the time that movie came out. I think that might have been like the last year that I had a babysitter for whatever reason. It was my little sister. I remember we got a babysitter for her one night. And my cousin came over, had Paranormal Activity, like got it on DVD or something. It was like, we got to watch this movie. It's so scary. And I remember watching that and like the next year, Paranormal Activity 2 with my cousin, and just like being terrified. It's awesome. So I had that. I think I have that because I have that memory of, thinking it might be real. Like, oh shit, what is this? I think that's why Paranormal Activity is that's kind of my Blair Witch. That's my Blair Witch franchise. In a lot of ways. I kind of had that same experience. We're seeing a lot of faces I have not seen in a while, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us, fellas. It's nice to see all of y'all. We got Tid Morgan out there saying, hi, Jake. How are you doing? I'm fantastic. How are you? Ain't caught a stream live in so long due to living in the UK. Really hoping we get the Scream 7 alternate ending on Blu-ray. Hashtag Stu lives. I agree. Hopefully we get that ending sooner than later. Would love to see it. Would love to see that footage, whatever it ends up being. Tid, thanks for being with us, dude. It's been a minute. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing good across the pond. Everything's going good over there. Much love. Thanks for being with us. We got Hayden Herbert saying Avengers Doomsday versus Dune Part 3, I imagine is what you're trying to say. Which will do better at the box office? Which will be the better movie? I think Doomsday does better at the box office. I think Dune Part 3 will be the better movie. I feel very confident about that. Doomsday, people are hyped for this movie. This is going to be the biggest hit for Marvel probably since Endgame, if I'm being honest. Early projections are insane for this. Robert Downey Jr.'s back. If the movie's bad, I don't even care. I just want to see Robert Downey Jr. play a villain. That's so exciting to me. I mean, I love him as Iron Man. He's amazing in that role. But to see him play Doctor Doom, that is really exciting. I can't lie. They got me hyped up, man. And I don't get hyped up for stuff like this. So even I'm a little like, I got to see this movie, dude. Just for all I care about is Robert Downey's performance. That is all I care about when it comes to Doomsday. Just want to see what that's all about. Whatever. I don't know what's going on in the story. I've seen some of the movies, like I've seen Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. I'll probably see the new Spider-Man. Really excited. That looks fun. I love Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. 10 out of 10. Love Spider-Man. We'll definitely see is it Brand New Day? I'll see that one in Doomsday. I'm excited for both of those. Those ought to be fun. But Dune Part 3, I've really come around to Dune. It took me a while to really get into that. I don't know if I loved the first one, but Dune Part 2, I was like, okay, this is clicking for me now. Really, really vibing with this. So I'm excited for Part 3. I will see it. I'm not like, again, I think there's some people who are like die-hard worship at the altar of Dune. It's cool. I like it. I don't know if I'm die-hard, though. Really, really solid. That sequel was awesome. That's what I'll say. That sequel fucking rocked. King Bull is saying not a horror, but I can't wait to see the new Steven Spielberg Alien movie at Disclosure Day. We got to see a new trailer for that, and I think we're learning a little more about what's going on in that flick, which is exciting. I'm definitely excited for it. I love when Steven Spielberg does sci-fi in any way, shape, or form. I mean, come on now. He's done some of the better ones out there for sure. And this ought to be good. This ought to be fun. So we'll see. We'll see what it's all about. I hope it's good. I haven't seen a whole lot of Spielberg recently. I missed a lot of his most recent movies. I got to sit down and kind of catch up. I missed what was it? The Fablesman. I missed that, and then whatever he did before that, I still haven't seen. So weirdly, and I don't know why, he's like a great director, and I just haven't seen a whole lot of his like most recent films. I mean, I've seen like the classics and stuff that he's made. But the most recent ones, like, just, I don't know. I just never really, for whatever reason, I haven't gone to the theaters to check them out. What else is going on? Erica is saying Marvel lost me when Thanos snapped and killed half my people, and then some didn't come back. Then they traumatized me with Rocket's story. I felt betrayed. Damn, that's brutal. I will say, I think after Endgame, I was just kind of like, I left Endgame and I was like, they're making more Marvel movies? Like, why? It's over. Like, that's it, dude. That's the story. So I haven't been hyped for Marvel, or honestly, I feel like I haven't been hyped for like superhero projects since Endgame. Like that movie came out and I was like, that was awesome. I'm good. Like my load has been blown on superheroes. That's not the way I wanted that to come out. But anyways, there's been some good ones in the last couple of years. There's been like a, random little, oh, that was cool, but ones that really impressed me out of nowhere. But I feel like since Endgame, that excitement hasn't been there for me. Joey is saying Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four First Steps were very weak movies. Last night I saw Superman, disappointing. The Temu version of Superman, not a big fan of James Gunn. I think I understand not being a fan of James Gunn. I don't know. I kind of liked I liked Superman and I like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Like if I'm being real, those are probably more of my favorite, most recent superhero movies. Not favorite of all time by any means, but I liked those two. So I guess superhero movies I don't have is like I feel like I'm very easy to please when it comes to superhero movies. I'm not asking for too much. I don't really know all that. Like I'm not a comic book fan by any means, so I'm not like looking for characters or anything. I just want like a solid story and some crazy action. And I feel like both of those movies kind of delivered that. Guardians 3 at the very least was really emotional for me. And I think that was something that kind of elevated that. I was almost in tears at a certain point. I'm just like, fuck, man. James Gunn is making me sad over an animated raccoon right now. That's impressive. So I think that really worked for me. But I understand not being a fan of his. I think he's very, he's kind of a one-trick pony, I feel like, when it comes to setting up action sequences. And I mean, it's all about the needle drops and characters with him. So if you're not a fan of James Gunn, I get it. But I like some of his movies. He's not, I don't know if he's my favorite director or anything like that, but I do really, some of his movies are fun. Tim Morgan is saying, would you recommend Sam Raimi's new movie, Send Help? Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, yes. Tid, if you have not seen that movie, for the love of God, put it on. It's easily one of the best horror films of the year. It's some of the best character work I think I've seen in a film all year. My God. Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien are fucking electric. They're so crazy in that movie. I want to see them in like everything Sam Raimi does for the rest of time. It's so surprisingly good. There's been a lot, 2026, I feel like the best horror movies this year can be described as like something, it starts as something really familiar. Send Help starts very familiar. You've seen movies similar to this, but they go in completely unexpected directions. Like, I think that's what's kind of cool about a lot of these original movies we're getting. Like they're starting in places where it's like, okay, I can get into this because I've seen stuff like this before. Like Lost or there's another movie about a girl who gets trapped on an island, a recent horror movie, and I can't remember the name of it, but it starts in a very familiar place like that, a place where you're like, I've seen a movie kind of like this. And then where the story goes is so crazy and unpredictable. I'm just like, what the fuck? This is nuts. There's a ton of twists, a ton of things you kind of didn't expect to happen with like a two-character essentially play on an island. And it's a really fun, surprising, gory, and just over-the-top kind of movie. And if you like Sam Raimi, like his catalog, his flavor, his brand, you will love Send Help, because it's just like, it is Sam Raimi through and through. It feels like a spiritual sequel to Drag Me to Hell in a lot of ways. Like that movie is so like Evil Dead 2 coded, but a little more modern. That's kind of how I feel about this movie. It's like, it's Drag Me to Hell, but a little more modern even. So it's great, man. I had a really good time with it. It's my second favorite movie of the year so far. It's number 2 on the list, and I don't know if that's changing. Man, that's staying up there. I think it's a killer flick. Roberta Ewing, what's up? I'm late, but I made it. I'm glad you're here with us. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Welcome in, Roberta. We also got Paul is saying, love Fantastic Four First Steps. I had a good time with it. It was cool. Cast was great. Had some good action to it. King Bull 90s is saying, I was hoping Toby would return for the new Spider-Man movie. Waited nearly 20 years for Spider-Man 4. But instead it's the same goofball from the previous sequels that I wasn't a fan of, so I'll pass. I mean, totally fair. I think they're characterizing what's this? I can't even remember his name. They're characterizing this new version of Tom Holland. They're characterizing him a little more like actual Spider-Man now, which is cool. Not to make this all about superheroes, but but I think that's kind of fun. I think it's cool that they're turning him into more of like how I know Spider-Man, at least. Like a troubled character who is got a lot of shit being thrown at him, but no matter what, despite all the odds, he's still gonna do the right thing and be a hero. And that's what I love about Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 will forever be my favorite superhero movie. It's a masterpiece. I love it so much. And it's the whole movie is, and I'm not even kidding. If you haven't seen Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2, the whole movie is Peter Parker is just getting shit flung in his face for like 90 minutes, and then at the end he finally triumphs and overcomes it. And it's so much more exciting because the whole movie he's just had shit thrown in his face. Like he beats Doc Ock with poop smeared in his eyebrows. It's crazy. I'm kidding, that doesn't happen, but metaphorically poop is being thrown in his face the entire movie, and just this big triumph at the end. It's such a good exercise in something so simple but so damn effective. YB is saying, I've never watched Nightmare on Elm Street, only watched Freddy's Dead. No way, dude. Should I watch the rest? I didn't like it much, too goofy. You gotta watch, dude, first of all, pause. Spin this yarn for me. Spin this yarn a little bit for me. How did you just watch Freddy's Dead? Like, what happened there? I'm so curious. I need to know the story behind this. And if you haven't seen the first one or the third one, I feel like those are great places to start. Like, 1 and Dream Warriors are like, I feel like that captures the spirit of Nightmare on Elm Street. That has that darker edge, but does have a little like camp to it too. It's a really nice like 80s balance of that. So if you haven't seen either of those movies, like the original or Dream Warriors, you got to start there. Not Freddy's Dead. Freddy's Dead I appreciate because it's so bad it's good. That's kind of how I feel about it. I think it's hilarious. But again, I feel like the only reason I like it so much is because I've seen the rest of the franchise. You know, I've seen how this whole thing spiraled out of control by entry number 6. Joey is also saying, I would love a sequel to 7, Legacy cast returning, maybe too late now, though Solace, Farewell, and Hopkins script was originally going to be a 7 sequel. Oh, that's crazy. Well, you know, it's so interesting because Andrew Kevin Walker, I think is the dude's name, who wrote 7. You know, he wrote the script for that Psycho Killer movie that came out this year. And guys, listen, I'll bitch about Scream 7. Psycho Killer is the worst film that's come out this year. I mean, bar none. But absolutely bar none. And I truly think what happened there is that the execution was just so poor. But I've heard the script is amazing. And I think this guy writes some amazing scripts. The script for 7 is fucking crazy. I mean, if you haven't seen 7, I don't even know what to tell you. Oh, you're missing out. It's such a good movie. Got a great twist. It's got that noir feel to it, but still like very 90s. It's excellent. So much fun. Great cast of characters. I would love something else in that universe. It would be crazy, or just more movies that feel like that. If I'm being honest, I love 7, dude. It's a brutal fucking film. It's a horror movie too. Some people are like, it's a crime movie. It's a horror movie. There's one of the scariest scenes I've seen in a fucking movie is in 7. And if you know, you know. Peyton is throwing $10 out there. Peyton, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that. You're saying, I said in the Discord, I just completed Act 1 of the Strangers Mystique, this year's Strangers sequel script. I really took your notes seriously. Really appreciate it with the kills, pacing, complaint. Sorry. I really focused on the characters. Dude, rock on, man. Did you get that script writing software that I was telling you about too? Because I really think that'll help you. I used to just write scripts in Google Docs and all that, but then I actually found script writing software, and it's so much easier. It's like, oh shit, this is like formatted correctly and shit. It's nice. It's not even like a hard thing to learn either. Like it shows you how to do everything. It's really nice. You can go to film school, but you know, a lot of that stuff is just online. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to read it. Let me know when you got something to read, and just send it my way, my dude. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the support. And I love that. I love that you're doing the Strangers stuff, because I feel like I need good Strangers stories in my life after 3 movies that were not very good. Critical Overlord is saying, Jake, got any more bright ideas? I have all kinds of bright ideas. I've got all kinds of ideas coming through. I got some Scream 8 theories coming out next week that I'm really excited for. Can't wait to get into some of those. I want to talk about the potential of the Carpenter sisters returning for part 8 and what I would do if I was creatively in charge of that movie. So that's a movie that's a video I got cooking. I also want to talk a little bit. I want to rank the ghost faces finally. I keep trying to make this video and I just keep running out of time. So I might do a ghost face ranking next week, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I am 100%. I got some more like crazy Scream theories on the way. Some more news videos are coming. Some reviews. I'm excited for those too. So check it all out. It's going to be a lot of content in the next couple of days. Jay Kemp is saying, I'm doing a found footage short film at the moment for my film class exam. It's inspired by the Blair Witch Project. I just had to write a 1,500 word essay about the ending of the film. Yeah, just a simple 1,500 word essay, nothing to it. That's a lot of words. That's crazy. No, it's really exciting though. I love that it's inspired by the Blair Witch Project. You're doing your own thing with it. I just recently made a found footage short film and they are so much fun. They are a blast to make, I think. It's actually inspired me. I think I'm about to, I shouldn't be soft announcing this, but I think I am about to do a found footage feature, which is really really hyped up, really excited to see what we can do with all that. So, found footage, man, I love making found footage. I think that's what I learned doing Brahmin Synthetic this past October. If you haven't seen it, we actually won Best Film at the 48-Hour Film Festival here in Cleveland, and it actually just premiered, because we won that here in Cleveland. It premiered in Portugal last night, which is crazy. So my dad's living room was played on a screen in Portugal last night. Not too many people can say that, I don't think too many people can say that, but pretty crazy stuff. If you haven't seen any of the films we've made, like Chicken Man or Red Right Hand, a lot of cool stuff is on the page. I will also say too, we're doing a director's cut of Red Right Hand, so that's coming out. I don't know when. I wanted to release it sooner, but I just recently talked with my sister, who is a sound engineer, and she is going to completely go over the whole thing and make it sound crispy as fuck. I just did a new pass on it, so I've got that, got a new picture lock completed. I'm doing some I'm doing some different color grading on it too now, so I'm just kind of finishing up the visuals, and then we're gonna do some audio with it. And I don't know when I'm gonna release it, but I want to release it this year sometime, and I'm really excited for that. So we got a lot of fun film projects in the works, as well as more YouTube stuff, which is great. Peyton's throwing $2 out there. You did send me something. Okay, rock on, dude. I will definitely check that out. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've gotten 5 minutes in each time and had some BS pop up and ruin it and had to turn it off. Are you talking about Species? Is that what's up about the Species franchise? I see someone talking about that too. Oh, you're talking about haven't seen 7, but almost have twice. Oh, dude, yeah. If you haven't seen Seven, Seven's really good. It's I think it's one of the best. It is one of the best crime horror movies I think ever. Joey, I love Species though. I grew up with those movies. I haven't seen them in a long time. I barely remember them, but I watched them at a very young age. They're a lot of fun. They're crazy. Got some cool creatures and stuff in them, as to what I remember. I haven't seen them in so long though. It's been a minute. I haven't even thought about Species in forever. Trying to think what else, what other weird movies I grew up with. Jason, what's going on, dude? Welcome in. Thanks for being a channel member. You're saying, Jake, did you finally see we're getting Scream 4 on 4K on June 7th? Yes! I'm so hyped for that. We talked about it at the top of the stream. I'm always down to talk more about it though. Getting a 4K of Scream 4 I'm gonna be so excited for it. We better get a steelbook. I know we've seen a reveal of what the standard 4K is looking like. It's looking crispy, baby, but I want that steelbook. Give it to me. I got steelbooks of all the other Scream films. I gotta get me Scream 4 4K steelbook. I need it in my collection. Frankly, my Scream set is just not complete without that. So would love to do that in the Scream 7 steelbook, just all on the shelf. There we go. We got the whole trilogy the trilogy. There's more than that. We got all 7 films on Steelbook, hopefully here soon. So I'm really excited to see this. I'm wondering, another big question is, have they cleaned it up at all? I know a lot of people don't love the piss filter. I personally don't mind it. I think it's kind of funny. It's kind of a meta joke on how horror films looked at the time. But if they clean it up and they make it look a little more like like a Scream film, I won't mind that either. We'll see what it's all about. But I'm down for it. I'm down to see what's going on with it, and I will definitely be picking it up. That's for sure. So that and Scream 7, I definitely need on the shelf at some point. Erica is saying, go watch Jake's movie Brahmin Synthetic. Thank you so much again for sharing that, Erica. That really means a lot. We had a lot of fun making that. It was a really good time, and it was a cool little idea. We made the whole thing in 48 hours from start to finish. It was part of a festival here in Cleveland where it's just like make a film in 48 hours based on a prompt that is given to you. And the prompt that was, if I'm remembering correctly, the prompt that was given to us was like, it had to be about either robots or slashers. And I think we went with robots because like coming up with an original slasher idea on the fly is not easy. So we went with robots, and it's kind of a slasher too. So it's robot slasher in a way. And then the other thing was like we had to have a certain character. We had to have a character in there. I can't remember the dude's name. Who was a tour guide of sorts. So we kind of mixed all these things together and made a a very bizarre little film. But I'm really proud of it, and I'm really I really hope you guys dig it. YB Coraline is saying it was my first horror movie in 2022. I was begging my mom to watch one, and about 2 weeks ago, she said it was to teach me a lesson about how bad horror can be. But then I watched Scream 5, and well, you love horror now. That's how it goes. That's how it goes for a lot of people. I'm really thankful that my dad introduced me to horror at a very young age. I've been interested in it for a long time. I actually went to I went to a Christian school when I was younger, and I remember telling everybody about horror movies, and I got in trouble for it. Like I actually got sent to the office. It's like, stop talking about all the gross effects in The Fly or something. So I've been a weirdo my whole life, loving horror flicks, and I understand. I understand it. So I get it, my friends. I get it. Jake Kemp is saying they're a blast to film. We filmed in an abandoned building, and it was so much fun because it was just a bunch of us friends and a load of improvised dialogue. That's kind of what I'm getting myself into here. We have a mapped out storyline, and it's going to be a lot of improvisation. And I think to me that's how you get the best found footage. It's got to feel natural. I think it's got to be between people who already have some sort of chemistry kind of built up, playing characters that maybe are similar to themselves, but maybe twisted versions of those characters based on what you're doing. But I love found footage. I think it's just such a fun thing to do, to make, whatever. Do a lot of creepy shit with it too, if you know what you're doing. Joey saying, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" I love that. Jake Kemp's also saying, are we going to get Scream 4 without the grease filter? Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. I wonder. We'll see. We'll see if the piss filter is on there or not. Nicholas Brady is saying, yo, Jakey Jake. What's up, Nicholas Nick? How are you? Nikki B saying, I finally caught Alive to tell you I watched Chicken Man. You got to do more with that. I loved it. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. We were just talking about some of the crazy movies. What I'll say about Chicken Man is that it is the opening scene to a feature film. That's the opening. That's how the whole thing would start, and it kicks off a whole crazy story. So I have the rest of that in a I have a whole layout of how it would go. It is a crazy, gross little story. It's kind of a mix of slasher and body horror, and I would love to do more with that. If we do ever continue it, literally I'm using that short film you've already seen as the opening scene. I would maybe tweak a few tiny little things, but I'm very happy with that short. Personally, I think it's my favorite thing I've ever done, and I really want to do more with it at some point in the future. So I think where the rest of the story was going to go, the third act especially, is what I just want to film it so bad. It's so weird and so gross, and it's an idea that I'm just very, hopefully we can do something with it soon. It's something that we got to get funding for. It's one of those things. We can't. I made that short with basically all of my savings at the time. just because it's an idea I believed in. And I think it's something that, when we can raise funds for like a whole feature film at some point, hopefully in the near future, it's something I will revisit. But it's something that we're going to have to crowdfund it. There's really no other way unless someone wants to throw some cash at me, but that doesn't tend to happen all the time. But I have a really good idea for basically where the rest of that feature would go. And I think it would be fun. I think it really would be a cool, it would be a crazy idea at the very least. Peyton Ruark, thank you for the $2. You're saying you aren't a weirdo, Jake. You are a goat. I appreciate that so much, Peyton. Thank you. You're the goats though, my friend. You're amazing. Thanks for supporting the page. It really does mean a lot. Thank you again, dude. YB is asking when the next Purge movie is coming out. We've been we kind of did stop getting updates. You're right. But James DeMonico, who's kind of like creator of that series, spearheading it essentially, he has said that they're working on part 6. It's happening. See, that's coming from Blumhouse. So I'm wondering if Purge 6, maybe it's something that's not coming out until like late 2027. I could see that potentially being the case. Also, we do have, like an election coming up in a couple of years. And, those are very political horror films. I could see it coming out sometime in 2028 for that reason, maybe. Maybe they're just waiting until then. I don't know. It's a big question, but I hope we get another Purge movie soon. I think they're fun. I wasn't crazy about like the last 2, if I'm being honest. I think they're just okay. But I think I'd be down for another one. I think they're fun watches at the very least. So I'd be down for that. Jason is saying, Jake, I wasn't a fan of They Will Kill You. Much prefer Ready or Not 2 and Scream 7. I'm the total opposite, Jason. I'm so sorry. They Will Kill You. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Some of the best fight choreography I have seen in a movie in a very long time. There's a scene in this movie in a dark room where our character has a flaming axe. You've already seen that shot in the trailer. But the way this scene plays out is one of the coolest fucking things I've seen in a long time. The other thing about They Will Kill You that I feel like tops Ready or Not 2 or Scream 7, not that they're really super comparable movies, but I just feel like the score in this movie and the cinematography, the technical elements of They Will Kill You are so goddamn impressive. I mean, like, jaw-droppingly so. I think this is this person's like first movie too. Which I just think like all of these elements combined, I just kind of blew me away. It is a gorgeous movie to look at and listen to. I cannot stress that enough. Yeah, Kirill Sokolov. I've never even heard of this person before in my life. Blown away. I loved this movie. I love Zazie Beetz. The whole cast was amazing. I'm so glad Zazie Beetz is in the lead role here, dude. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have not seen a movie where she's like in the lead role. Like I've seen her in other things as like side characters or whatever, but she is so good in this. I'm just like, man, wish I had seen a movie with her in like a lead role before. And if there is, I'll watch it. I don't even care what it's about. Great actress. But Jason, I'm sorry you didn't care for it. I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite horror. It's in my top 10 list. It's my number 3 favorite horror film of the year right now. It kind of blew me away, if I'm being honest. It's brutal practical effects, crazy concept that they just crank up to 11. I had a very good time with it. Probably, honestly, yeah, one of the better film experiences I've had in the theaters in a long time. Joey is saying, Critters fans, hold your hands up. I've only seen the first 2. So I know that sucks. I know that Leo DiCaprio's in the third one, and I still have not like actually sat down and watched all of that. I've seen scenes from it because I'm like, I got to see Leo DiCaprio in Critters 3. That's nuts. But I have not watched all of those. The most recent one too, I hear, is like actually pretty good. I have not sat down and watched it. Thank you for all the love on Chicken Man. I see a few people saying that. It really means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Jake Kemp is saying, would you rather get a proper Scream 8 or a Wes Craven's New Nightmare style of Scream movie to close out the franchise? You know, I know we're all talking about if Scream's going to be done at a certain point. They're going to keep pumping out these movies until the end of time. That's the truth of it. Would I be against a new Nightmare Scream? Not at all, honestly. I think that might actually be the best way to bring back Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, all these different people. Just to be, again, because they could play new characters but still be themselves, still reference Sydney and whatnot. I think that's the best way that you have nostalgia or characters, is just do it in a different way. And in and of itself, if you do a new Nightmare style of Scream, that is just conceptually so meta. Like you're referencing an obscure other movie. I don't know. It's just like that movie's got to happen eventually, I think. I really think where Scream 8 goes next is we try something new, nuke the whole thing, brand new characters, brand new director, just a whole new fresh start is what I think the best route is going to be moving forward. Do a little one-shot story and see what happens. That's personally what I want. I would love to get this movie eventually, though. Maybe in another couple of years. I feel like we've done the Sydney story recently. Now I think we need to go and do something else. And then we can come back to maybe Sydney in a new Nightmare style thing where Nev is playing Nev. Fictional version of herself, essentially. That could be fun. I'd be down for that in a couple of years. Why not? But I guess that's just my thoughts. Peyton, thank you for the 5. Really appreciate that. You're saying, what is your favorite horror remake? For me, it would probably be Evil Dead or Child's Play reboot. Child's Play reboot, that never gets any love. That's awesome, dude. Only complaint, Chucky design. The fuck was that? He looks a little goofy there, but the kills in that Child's Play 2019 film are crazy. The other thing too is I cannot shit on that movie. I used to kind of not be crazy about that one. I can't crap on it anymore. That movie is so much better than the series, dude. I like that movie like loads better than the show, if I'm being honest. I really there's things about it again that aren't perfect, but the cast is great. And I love the kills, dude. I mean, the kills in that movie, it's a really fun little killer doll movie with a surprisingly big budget. It looks really cool. I don't know. I'm a little more fond of that film these days, but the Evil Dead remake, that would be my favorite for sure. And it's not even really a remake, right? It's more of a continuation, but it does have so many references to the original. It feels like a similar setup to the original, but right, the characters are totally different. That's the kind of the big thing about it. Evil Dead 2013, though, it might be my favorite horror film. I think it is just like, it's perfect for what it is. It is a simple story done very well. It is brutal as hell, and it's chaos through and through. I love it. I think that so many movies have indirectly borrowed from it in a way. And like, I see so many movies nowadays where I'm like, that was great, but I feel like I've seen that sort of energy first. The first time I felt like that fast-paced, chaotic, just balls to the wall, brutal energy in a movie like that was Evil Dead 2013, at least for me. And I love seeing modern movies kind of adopt that in a lot of ways. I feel like some of my favorite movies in the 2020s have that energy where it's like we're doing twists and turns with what's going on with our characters, and shit is getting bad. Shit is getting constantly worse and worse and worse. A lot of my favorite horror movies from this decade, I feel like, can be described that way. So I don't know. I love that Evil Dead 2013 it's very ahead of its time. It feels like a movie that would come out right now. But it came out, obviously in 2013. I love it though. Great movie, kicks total ass. It's a perfect film. I can't say too much else about it. Besides, I could say a lot about it actually, but it's perfect. It's great. Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV series, was gutted when they canceled it. That show was amazing. There's no bad Evil Dead thing. Can I just say that? I hope I'm not eating those words this summer, but everything Evil Dead is great. The show was amazing. I loved seeing Ash back, especially on a show where it's like you get to kind of spend more time with that character and develop him. I feel like the show does so much for Ash Williams. It's a little bit of a different portrayal. He's older now. But I love the show. The side characters too, like so good on the show too, man. Ray Santiago, and I always forget Kelly's real name in real life. But man, I mean, what a killer show. Like, I love all 3 seasons of that. Dana De Lorenzo, that's what it is. Yeah, and you got Ted Raimi in there. Lucy Lawless is great in that show. I forgot about Ruby. She's awesome. I would watch that show again in a heartbeat. It was so fun. It captured the spirit of the early Evil Dead films, I think. It was a ton of fun. Zaza420, what's up, dude? We need a new lead. I hope the next Scream has Sydney in it for maybe 20 minutes or less, and Tatum is the lead with Chad and Mindy. I can agree with that. I would rather them just focus on a brand new character and build that person up. Once again, we have a lead character who just is not given enough time or really a whole lot of material to do something new. And I feel like Tatum kind of suffered for that reason. I'm sure Isabel May's a great actress. We just didn't really get to see her do a whole lot in this new movie, which kind of bums me out. So I definitely would have loved to have seen like some sort of new character get a little more screen time, a little more of the spotlight, figure some shit out, right? So I do agree. Critical Overlord is saying that movie is so much better than season 3 of the show. Dude, season 3, I couldn't even get through it, man. I feel so like it makes me sad because I really do love Chucky. I love the Chucky movies. Like even Seed, I don't care. Seed is fun, man. I had a good time with it. I'll defend it a little bit, a little, not a lot, but a little bit. And man, I remember watching season 2 and being like, this is nonsense. Like, I mean, this is just, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. And then I kind of dropped off in season 2. And then I kind of tried episode 1 of season 3 and I was just frustrated again. I'm like, this still doesn't make any sense. Why are we at the White House? What is going on? And they talked about season 4 would have been in space. I'm just like, what? Oh my God. I don't know. I'm down for a little bit of camp, a little bit of cheese, but you got to have like some sort of through line story going on too. It can't just all be, jokes and outrageous shit going on 24/7. I love outrageous shit, but I need a little balance in there, Necro Mechanimal is saying, I just watched your uncut reaction for Dexter episode 5. Loving this journey with La Passion. God, dude, I was so uncomfortable during that scene. That's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't seen the episode 5 of the Dexter one, man, this is probably the most uncomfortable I've been watching one of those episodes so far. I'm just like, oh man, that was hard to watch. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch episode 5, the Dexter video. It's great. It's really fun. Really, really, really fun. Necro, thank you so much for watching that. Thank you for the support on Patreon too, dude. It really means a lot. Thank you. That's the best way to support the page, fellas, is over on Patreon. So thank you. Erica's throwing $2 out there saying goal almost over, so had to make it an even 10. Hey, I appreciate that, Erica. We got to 10. That's what matters. So thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Did someone just ask for my opinion on TCM4? Who said that? I love you. Where was that? I'm seeing someone said that somewhere. I just saw that pop up. Darth Kermit, what's your opinion on Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation? Man, I'm so glad someone finally asked. Darth, I agree. It is such a fun, so bad it's good movie. I mean, it is outrageous. It is so, like, there are some performances and choices in there. I just watched this interview with Samara Weaving, before Ready or Not 2. And she's talking a little bit about like what roles she's really attracted to and what different performances she loves out of actors. And she's like, I love when actors make the weird choice, like go for something ambitious and bold and make it work, not just playing the character, not just acting and doing, all that. Just go for the weird choice and see what happens. There is that whole movie is weird choices and not all of them work, but you gotta respect them for trying. I love that. I don't know. I love Next Generation is just such a ridiculous watch. That's another one of those situations where it's not a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, but it's so fun to watch. It's outrageous. I don't know. I kind of have a weird affinity for it, I think. So I like it. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody though. Masuka is a legend. He's hilarious, says Joey. Masuka, in the first episode, I was like, I think he's the killer. Don't tell me who the killer is. I don't know. But I'm like, it's him. He's being crazy right now. Masuka's great, though. I love all the characters on Dexter. That's another reason why I'm already a huge fan of this, because the character work across the board is amazing. Concept's awesome on the show, don't get me wrong, but the character work is, ooh, baby. Cream of the crop. Gets me real excited. The Chucky TV series started good, lost its way. I never finished it. I agree. Yeah, it's a shame. Would love a Chucky 2 humor with the creepiness of 1. Child's Play 2 is where that whole franchise like kind of peaks for me. Like Child's Play 2 and Bride of Chucky are both just phenomenal. I think they're both so funny, and yet still have like a dark edge to them. You know what I mean? It's a good balance of both things. There's times where the franchise, skews one way too much or the other. But I really like, I really love all the movies. I feel like the series just a little too much, poured a little too much sweetness into that pot. Too much sugar in there. Kay is hanging out with us. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hey, Jake, it's been a while since I was able to catch a live stream. Had my first therapy session today. Very nice. I'm glad. Listen, everyone should be in therapy. There's nothing wrong with that. I should be in therapy. So that's awesome. Good for you. Seriously, that's amazing. Question for you. Have you seen the show Harper's Island? The best horror mystery show, in my opinion. What? I've never even heard of this before. Harper's Island. What? You're telling me that's the best? That could be the best one. Harper's Island. I've never even heard of this before. Christopher Gorman. I know that name. Katie Cassidy. Okay, I know her too. What is this about? I'm interested. It was supposed to be an anthology series. Okay, that's interesting. The plot follows a group of family and friends that travel to the titular locale for a destination wedding, only to learn that there is a killer among them. At the center of the mystery is Abby Mills, whose mother was one of the several people murdered by John Wakefield 7 years prior. Ooh, okay. I'm interested. It had one season and it was canceled in 2009. Oh, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to check this out. That's really interesting. When shows only get a single season and they get canceled, so it's so easy to assume, oh well, that sucked, huh? Dude, there are so many shows that got a single season that was just so good, but for whatever reason, no one showed up for it. That's a really good example. Firefly is such a good example. There's this show called The River, which is a found footage horror show, which I thought was so good. It's done by Oren Peli. It was literally his project after Paranormal Activity. No one talks about it because it got a single season and it bombed. It was Blumhouse. I think it was Blumhouse's like one of their first forays into television, and yeah, it didn't do very well. It's not bad. It's kind of fun, if I'm being honest. It was cool. I had a good time with it. I actually picked up the first season because I liked it so much. But it was good. It was cool stuff. Yo, don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. Thank you for the 10. Appreciate the support. You're saying, don't go down that emotional road. I will not say much about the Scream series, but the killer set up a trap for Emma. How would you feel about Ghostface doing that in a Scream movie? Like set up a trap? Like setting up a trap for someone? I feel like we've kind of seen that before. Like I'm trying to think like specific examples, but I almost feel like the ending of Scream 7 is kind of that, like what happened with Tatum, getting trapped by the two ghost faces, getting kidnapped. And then we're kind of like, we're bringing Sidney Prescott, there essentially. I feel like kind of the ending of Scream 3, maybe a little bit, right? We got Roman tricking people into coming here, using the voice changer to kind of get people to his party. But I don't hate the idea of like setting some sort of trap, getting people to go places. I think it's like Scream movies, especially. There's a lot of times where I'm like, why are we not just calling the cops? Why are we still on the phone with the killer? Call the cops. You know what I mean? Dial 911. So to have some sort of emotional weight, like it's like I'm gonna kill your friend, your family member, whatever, unless you come to this disclosed location. Don't tell anybody, kind of things. That's always a good device, I feel, for getting people to situations, and then you can't really question, well, why don't they just call the cops? Well, because they don't want their family member, friend, or whatever to die. So I'm always down. I'm always down for a good trap. It's a trap. You got to have that guy from Star Wars show up, though, and announce that it's a trap. If that doesn't happen, I'm not interested. I'm not into it. It's not for me. I don't want it. I don't want it if you don't got the Star Wars guy in there. But don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for the $10. Thank you for the support. Really does mean a lot. I got to watch the Scream series again because genuinely, I don't remember it. I remember the twists, like I remember who's underneath the masks and all that, but I don't remember much else about it, if I'm being honest. I got to go through it again. Necro Mechanimal is saying Teacup was a fun show that got canceled after a single season. I've heard that. I've heard of that before. Teacup. Oh, wait. Yeah, I covered this. I didn't watch it, but I remember doing like some sort of video talking about it. Because it's based off of Stinger by Robert McCammon. I've read that book. I've never watched this show, though. It's got good reviews. Scott Speedman's in it. Shit. There's a lot of cool stuff going on here. It's a shame that this guy canceled. I don't have Peacock, can I be honest? I gotta get Peacock though, because I want to watch that next season of Ted. Heard Ted season 2 is pretty good. I want to watch that shit. Getting back to Harper's Island though, Kay is saying it's a rare gem. I was 14 when I watched it. So many great twists and deaths, and the story is so good. The ending was perfect too. I would love to see what you think of it. Maybe I might have to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that on the page. We've been talking a lot about, we're doing Dexter right now, which is great. But I do kind of want to, like this summer, I kind of want to break it up with something. Like maybe do like another series, something quick too, like that, like a single season of something. Maybe we dive into some. Maybe we venture to Harper's Island. See what happens there. I'll put it on the list. See what we can do with all that. I want to knock out like a quick show this summer. I don't even know what that would be, but I want to knock out something I've never seen before. Something that's like not 8 seasons and 3 spin-offs like Dexter. Something a little quicker than that. That might be fun. So I've been looking for smaller shows. I'm like, what's a smaller show that I could do in like over the summer? That could be fun. That could be dope. Honestly, something that was coming to mind was I was almost thinking about doing the slasher, like that show. I've seen I saw like season 2, but I don't remember it, so it would still be a first time watch. Some people will get in the comments being like, "You talk about that on the stream, you dork," and I'm like, I don't remember it. It's been so long. I watched that on Netflix like when it came out. That was years ago. You know how old I am now? I'm getting up there, fellas. Just for the record. I'm not really. I'm still in my 20s. I'm chilling for a few more years. But that'll be gone soon. Anyways, isn't that great? Youth is fleeting. Anyways, let's get back to this. Don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface is throwing another 5 out there. Thank you again for the support. It was a trap that killed the character. How would you feel about Stephen King writing a Scream movie? Stephen King. I mean, if it's anything like Maximum Overdrive, I'll take it. A cocaine-fueled Scream movie, I'm into it, dude. What happened to sequels? Back in the day, we would just hire some college kids, give them an 8-ball, and they would come up with an entire franchise, like in an afternoon. I can't say, I don't think I can legally say this, but I miss that. We had some crazy movies back in the day, and I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do drugs, kids. They're bad for you. But seriously, I do think I think we need some fresh eyes on a Scream film. Like, I think we need some kind of just a different perspective. I think weirdly the problem with Scream is that we've kind of been landlocked to the same couple of people. Like, I don't know why we feel like we have to bring the same people back to do these movies over and over and over again. I want to get somebody else, like bring some up and comer who is hungry for a hit and give them a chance and see what the fuck happens. Like, that's what Scream needs right now. Evil Dead is like, there's so much excitement for Evil Dead right now because of that. Because we're just getting all these like up and comers, people you've never heard of doing Evil Dead. I think it makes some people nervous and then it makes others really excited because it's like, what the fuck is this gonna be, dude? Evil Dead Rise, I was so worried about it, dude. I was like, if this sucks, I'm gonna cry. I got to see that a month early too. I was so thankful for that. And I remember I'm biting my nails in this fucking theater. I'm like, please God, let this be good. And I was blown away. I was like, tears streaming down my face. I'm like, thank God. Thank you, Lee Cronin. Thank you for doing this franchise right, damn it. And I really hope I can say the same about whatever Sebastian Vanacek is cooking up, whatever Francis Galuppi is literally filming right now in New Zealand. Bring it the fuck on, and hopefully whatever happens with Scream 8, it can be the same situation. Give me some fresh eyes on this franchise with some brand new ideas, brand new different takes on what this franchise has been so good at the past. I want to see it happen. But don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. Thank you again for the 5. Thank you for supporting the page. And yeah, I want to see some cool shit happen in Scream, man. I think we all do. Michael Mins is saying you checked out that new horror series on Netflix. I have not watched this. I'm going to watch this very soon, though. I'm catching up on a lot of movies this weekend. This is one of those things. New thing on Netflix. It's a series. I thought it was a movie, but I guess it's a series. Something bad is going to happen. It's a good watch, very twisty, and a lot of arse hamsters popping out. Oh, I'm interested. Yes, hamsters popping out of butts. I'm okay. You should have led with that. I'm kidding. Jokes big up from the UK. Thanks for hanging out with us again, Michael. We have a lot of friends hanging out with us in the UK. It's like 2 a.m. in the UK, right? Like it's late. Thanks for being with us, though. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. I'm so glad that you're hanging out with us instead of sleeping. That makes me so happy. Thank you for being here. That's too funny. Sleep is for the weak. YB is saying writing a Scream 7 with Tara, like Sam and Tara, that gets kidnapped. Ghostface has Sam kill people to keep her sister alive because the Ghostface wants to bring out Sam's inner Billy. So it goes with yours. I would love the idea of Sam becoming a killer. You know, I almost feel like if she did it from her own volition, that might be kind of crazy, because like not her being evil, her specifically targeting like her basically becoming a Dexter. I think would just be great. Her going after the other ghost faces before they can don the mask and kill some innocent people. That would just be such an interesting movie to me. I remember when that news came out that, they're making Sam, and they would have made Sam into a killer in 7. Well, thank God we didn't get that. It's like, it probably would have been something like that. There's no way that character goes through that arc that we saw in 5 and 6, and then she just turns into the killer by the end of the movie. I feel like that doesn't make any sense. It had to be something like just where she realized the only way to stop this is to go at the source kind of thing. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, but I feel like it would have been something. I feel like it would have been something way more sophisticated than just she was the killer in the 3rd movie. Jason Carpenter saying, hell yeah, man, this summer I'm planning on watching the entire Final Destination movies. You've never seen a single one? Oh man, you're in for a treat. Those are fun as fuck. I even love the bad one. There's a bad one. There's a stinker in there. I still kind of love it. Like all 6 of those movies are great in my opinion. Give them a watch. Did you ever see The Society with Catherine Newton, says Luke? No, I have not seen. So it's weird. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of the horror movie stuff. Shows, not so much. The Society. Yeah, no, I have not seen this. This is another one I've never even heard of. Yeah, I got to. This is why I'm doing this reaction series, so I can watch more shows, because there's a lot of things I've missed out on. Society is an American mystery teen drama television series. What's it about? Busloads of Connecticut high school students head off for an extended camping trip, but a storm forces them to return home. Upon their return, the teens realize that all of the town's adults are gone in this modern. Oh, it's Lord of the Flies. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a modern day telling of Lord of the Flies. That's interesting. Okay, I'd watch that. I'm down. Lord of the Flies is a great story. It's crazy. So sorry. Acres of Movies best Dr. Everyone's talking about Dr. Giggles. I need to stop everything I'm doing and just watch this movie. I still have not seen it. Everyone's been asking me, like, I posted a short recently where I talked about some weird new movies I picked up. I picked up a Blu-ray for this movie called The Black Circle, which I just watched for the first time. Super weird. I kind of enjoyed it though. And Demons 2, another movie that's just a sequel to a movie I've never seen, and I'm watching it soon. But man, I picked up those movies and people were like, dude, do you have Dr. Giggles? Like, I remember I got a bunch of comments across all the different platforms where I post, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And someone was like, dude, you got to see Dr. Giggles. Like, it's so good. Oh my God. And I just haven't seen it. I don't know. Everyone's talking about that. I got to make a Dr. Giggles video, I think is what's up. I got to make a review of that. So, I haven't seen that movie. That's crazy, but I'm going to have to sit down and watch that. That's nuts. I love that everyone's talking about that too, which is insane to me. JJ, thank you for the $2. You're saying Scream 8 time for a new cast, location, and meta. I agree, JJ. Bring it on. Give it to me. Give me some weird stuff. I want all the weird stuff. I want Ghostface in the snow finally. Can I be honest? Why have we not gotten that? How have we not gotten that movie? That would kill. Make for a killing. Scream Christmas movie. That's what I want next. Christmas of 2027. We can get that movie by. That would be dope. We haven't, in the Scream movies, they used to come out. The first Scream movie came out in December, and I feel like the majority of the rest of them came out in springtime or like late winter. I want to get like a December Scream movie again. That would be fun. What else is going on? Hey, Froggy Fresh Shitpost. What's going on, dude? Welcome in. You watched 3 new movies today. Project Hail Mary, They Will Kill You, and Mike and Nick and Alice. I've heard of that third one. I don't know anything about it, though. Third is an action comedy on streaming. Guy Vince Vaughn goes back in time to stop his friend's death. Oh, okay, dope. I've heard that title recently, and I'm like, that's 2 Nicks. What's up with that? What's going on there? I've heard Project Hail Mary is amazing. I'm going to see that this weekend, so definitely want to check that out. And I loved They Will Kill You. I had a really good time with it. Froggy Fresh, I did read your Letterboxd review of it earlier today. Not to be a weirdo, but you were kind of on the fence about it, is what it seemed. You were a little more in the middle. I fucking loved it. I was like a kid in the candy store the whole time watching it. That's probably one of my favorite movies of the year. I had a really good, I don't know, I had a really good time with it. Bloody, brutal, intense, some great, listen, if you have fight choreography that's that fucking insane with practical effects, I can't complain none. I can't complain none at all. Don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface is throwing another 10 out there. Thank you for the support, my friend. You're saying, do you think because Scream 7 flopped, if $200 million is flopping, then fuck. I'm going to quit now. Flopped is why no record company hasn't released the soundtrack. I watched Daredevil Born Again and saw our homeboy Matthew. What do you mean by flopped? I guess is my question. Like what is your definition of flopped? Scream 7 is making a killing at the box office. The critic reviews are not very good, but even the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes isn't bad. I feel like, a lot of the critics didn't like this movie, but it seems like a lot of Scream fans, like, it's pretty 50-50. I feel like it's pretty in the middle. So I don't know. I feel like it's pretty damn successful, arguably more than the last 2. Despite, whatever you want to say about the quality, I feel like in terms of financial success, it's 100% maybe the best Scream film in a lot of ways. But I think why the soundtrack hasn't been released, I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure that's still just they're getting moving on that. We just got announcements about the physical release of Scream 7. So there's a lot of things still to come, still to happen. But I think we will get a release of that sometime soon. You can listen to all that music on like a bunch of different streaming platforms too, if you want to listen to all the different songs from it. There's some good stuff on there. There's some cool little tunes. And I got to watch Daredevil Born Again. A lot of people are saying that's good. I know nothing about Daredevil, so I don't even know if that's a good place to start because the subtitle is Born Again. So I feel like I got to watch the original series before I get into that. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Necro is saying, I was super young watching Dr. Giggles, so it was kind of boring to me, but when that scene hit, it had my full attention. Oh, there's a good scene in there, huh? Okay, we'll sit down and watch it. I think The Dentist is kind of a movie like that. Like it's a little boring, but it's got some crazy scenes, and I don't know why The Dentist and Dr. Giggles, like, they're like the same movie in my head for some reason. But yeah, crazy stuff. All right, a few more chats. I think we're going to be signing off for the night. I'm not playing games tonight because I'm ready for bed, if I'm being honest. I've probably had 60 hours of editing videos this week. I'm ready for a little nap. Ready for a little nappy nap. Zaza is saying I already seen a person react to watching it on here to Scream 7. Do they pirate it or something? That's crazy. BTX Car is saying Stu will return in Avengers Doomsday. I'm sure he will. What Lies Beneath is saying, but yes, correct, Scream 7 isn't good. Brutal. It's so funny. Like I feel like people will fight tooth and nail however they feel about Scream 7. I'm in that boat a little bit too, I think. I don't know. I'm really upset that they just lost some things that were so great about Scream. That really killed it for me, I think. Nicholas Hernando is saying, I just watched 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and it is absolute cinema. Do you have any news about the third part? Dude, yes, I couldn't agree more. That's my number one favorite horror film of the year. It is an absolute banger. It's a 10 out of 10. It might be the best entry in that whole franchise, if I'm being honest. I loved it. Last we heard about the third film is that there is concerns about the third part not happening, which, my dude, I am so worried about right now. We're hearing some rumblings, some rumors that maybe Sony is just not going to greenlight it, even though they already did back in December. So what the fuck's up with that? A lot of people are starting to speculate that they only greenlit the third entry so that they would kind of build some more intrigue in seeing part two. I don't know. The thing that concerns me, though, is because a lot of that's rumors, a lot of that is, you know, people talking, third-party sources. The thing that concerns me is Cillian Murphy actually came out. And this is why I believe these rumors. He's specifically making a little remarks here, saying, I hope it happens. I hope that part 3 actually happens. And that has me worried, because if Cillian Murphy's worried about it, I'm worried about it. He's a producer. He's supposed to be the star of part 3. What's up with that? If they don't make it, it's a travesty. It is beyond a tragedy. It's a travesty. Is how much of a disappointment that would be. That's my favorite horror film of the year, like without a doubt. That movie blew my fucking mind. It is crazy. It's I don't know. It's a 10 out of 10, man. It's so brutal. It's so much fun. It explores all the elements of that franchise in such a unique and new way. There's no bad 28 Blank-Later film. I think they're all good. And Bone Temple, I think, is maybe my favorite. Maybe, I don't even know. I think my favorite 28 Years Later film is just the one I'm watching right now, currently. Whatever it is, they're all good. But dude, if they don't make that film, it's literally like end of the world. Like, like someone needs to. We need to fight somebody if that movie doesn't get made. KLN is saying, I'd love Scream 8 to retroactively reveal Dewey was an overlooked third partner in the OG killings, explains his overprotectiveness of Sydney as atonement, as well as his spiral following the OG killings. Damn. Whenever I hear people wanting Dewey to be the killer, I think that always just makes me a little sad. You know, I'm just like, but Dewey's so kind. He's such a sweet guy. You're telling me that was just a false edifice? That was just a mask he was wearing to trick everybody? Is no one good in this universe? You know, I think that would make me really. Yeah, you're even saying it like has this facade the whole time. That would make me so sad, bro. I mean, that would be a brutal twist, and I think that's why Jill hurts so much. That's why I love the Jill twist. But man, that would cut deep. That would cut deep. Do you think Chad and Tara are still together? Hope so. Says YB. I hope so too. That's a good question. They didn't even address that in the movie. It's like, okay. We're not even going to talk about why Sam and Tara aren't here. Okay. All right. That's cool. I do have a Letterboxd. It's just, I think people have made fake Killjoy Jake accounts on Letterboxd, but I think mine is just Killjoy_Jake, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen it's weird. I don't know who's doing it, but I've seen like 3 other people make Killjoy Jake accounts on there. So that some of those are not me, obviously. But what is the one that I have? Hang on. Oh no, it's just Killjoy Jake. It's nothing else. Just Killjoy Jake. And my 4 favorites are Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, The Matrix, Evil Dead 2013, and The Fly. Those are the 4 favorite movies. And I'm sure other accounts won't have those movies on there. But yeah, go follow me on Letterboxd. I'll follow you back if you want to see me bitch about movies on there too. A couple more posts here, and then I'm gonna sign off for the night. But thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Froggy Fresh is saying, ideally, I'd love a 28 Years Part 3, but Bone Temple ends in a way that's not. I disagree. Completely unsatisfying as an ending. It just leaves me wondering about the island crew. So oh man, I don't know. They left on to me, that's a huge cliffhanger, dude. It's like, you have the kids running away from the zombies. We've learned that Cillian Murphy is still on the island, even though last time we saw him in the franchise, he was getting rescued. Why didn't he get rescued? Is Spike and Jimmy Inc., are they going to be okay? I can't remember her real name off the top of my head. I just watched this movie. How do I not remember? We literally just watched this in a Discord watch party like a couple weeks ago, and I can't remember her name. But like, I don't know. I'd be pretty disappointed. I'd be like, I want to know why they didn't get off the island. I want to know if Selena's okay, dude. Like, that's obviously Jim and Selena's kid, you know? But like, where's Selena? Did she get off the island? Did they not? Like, I need to know the story there. Like, I'm dying to know. I will be an angry dog let loose off the chain if I don't know what happens. So I personally, I really hope we get part 3, man. This is, and hilariously enough, this is not the first time this has happened in the franchise. Like, we got a cliffhanger ending with Weeks that never got resolved. Like, and still kind of has never gotten resolved. We kind of just said, oh yeah, that didn't happen. Like, don't worry about it. And we did Years. I'm not complaining. I love the 2 Years movies, but at the same time, I imagine some people might have seen Years and were a little disappointed there. So I get it either way. Anyways, Yurdy G, thank you for the $5. Really appreciate your support, my friend. You're saying I'm late, but I paused my studio session. You paused your studio session for this? You don't got to do that. I know that's expensive. Thanks for being here, Yurdy. Thank you for the 5. In terms of Scream 8, hand it off to Fede Alvarez to write and direct. He does very well with franchises. We've seen him do it before. Love his Alien movie, love his Evil Dead movie, dude. So I'm very, 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 very down for that. I'd be into it. It's a great choice. Love to see what he does with it. I wonder what Fede is going to do next, because he said that, his Alien movie, that was a one and done kind of thing. Just wanted to do a little one shot, nothing else, hand it off to somebody else. Somebody else is doing Alien, and I can't remember who it is. Some filmmaker. Oh, I totally forgot. That was a big announcement a couple weeks ago, is that this person was going to do the next Alien flick. Wait, now I need to know, because... Oh, yeah, Michael Sarnowski. Okay, so this is the guy that did, like, Pig and Quiet Place Day 1. Yes, this dude's going to do very well by Alien. Yeah, he's done some really cool stuff. So yeah, 100%. That ought to be fun. Really excited for that for sure. But Fede, I think he would do a great job with Scream. I don't even know what that would look like, because I feel like his approach towards Evil Dead 2013 and Alien were very different. Like very, very, very different approaches. But at the same time yielded some really successful results. Fede, though, the one commonality between those 2 flicks is like he's trying to do like smaller stories in these grand universes, and I think that would be the right approach for Scream. So Fede, I could totally see him doing Scream next. That would be a great choice based on what I think the franchise needs, Yurdy, thank you for the 5, guys. Thank you to everyone who supported the page tonight. I greatly appreciate you all. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for talking. We'll be live again a ton next week, just doing a bunch of crazy streams just like this. I have some fun little videos dropping this weekend. I'm going to do a review of They Will Kill You. I'll have a big news video out tomorrow on a ton of just different, really exciting things that have come out in the last couple of days that I want to kind of break down. Thanks for being here again. And as always, everybody, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Bye-bye. Have a safe weekend, everybody.